Hey, what's going on, y'all? Get my taps up real quick. Wrong thing. Oh, let's see if we can get these taps up. Oh, what's up, Pop? You gonna come talk to your son for a little bit? See, share. Where's my share button? Suggested who? Who that is? Can't see nobody. What's up, Akeem Nichols? I'm not finna sit up here and just talk to myself. I'm trying to wait for some people to come in. But I see when they come in, they don't speak. Hey, Shatoya, how you doing? Hello. I want to have conversation, but I don't see people coming in and talking. I see people scrolling. Hey, how you doing? Seth Winson. Thank you for tuning in. I would like to have conversation with y'all, but I need people to actually talk back or text or come up and talk. I would like for y'all to do that, but I don't know. I guess some people either driving or they don't feel like the conversation is worth talking about. What's up, Miss Yah Israel? How you doing? Shalom. Encourage viewers to share your live and invite. Shoot, that's what I'm doing, AI. I'm encouraging them and asking them to share and like. They ain't trying to hear it, brother. AI said you got to encourage people to come in and share the live. They ain't trying to hear nothing right now. I guess I'm going to just share it out to whoever the first 15 people is. Conundrum 327. Yedidiah, how you doing? Barack, brother Baraka. You come in and talk with a brother, man? Or you gonna leave me hanging like everybody else? King Edwards, how you doing? Appreciate your comment, man. That's probably the first one that I seen since I've been on this thing. I'll accept you. No problem.
I'm gonna say, I think the rap game music has changed how we are influenced because I just look at it from my generation till like my younger brother's generation. When we was growing up, the music was bad, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. And now it's nothing but straight killing in the
Unalive.
music. And
Unalive, bro.
what
Unalive.
what all do the youth want to do?
Unalive, bro. Unalive.
Unalive, I'm sorry, my fault. Unalivement. Straight unalivement in the music. Um so now it's like what like I just seen like a video of some kids stripping another kid. Like they look like they're like 12, 13. And I'm like, what is going on? And then it's like after they strip, they made it like in YouTube video. And I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. Everybody wants to be. It's like the music now. It's like the music now just makes it doesn't make no sense. It has so much alignment in it that everybody think that's what they need to do. Oh, you did something to me, so unalive you because such and such said if somebody did the same thing to them, they gonna unalive them. And instead of people using their like discernment has left Earth. There's no more discernment in Earth. I feel like because there's no way you can sit here and look at these so-called rappers. You see them going to jail. All of them are going to jail for RICOs and unalivements and all this extra stuff. And you think that somebody with less money, somebody that don't have none of the credibility that they have, can run around and do the same thing and nothing is going to happen to you. Like, where does the judgment and then where does your judgment kick in? Like, this isn't right. Like, is something wrong here? So it's like for me, I've seen the change because when I was growing up, it was more like the 50 Cents, the Eminems, the Jay-Z's. Like the music wasn't as bad as it was, but it was bad. And now it's like it's way worse. Way, way, way worse. So it does. Um, as far as the women, yes. I feel like music has shaped the way that we talk to women because now I'm not gonna lie. When I was growing up, I was listening to the music that was talking about being a womanizer a lot, being a ladies' man, and that's how I wanted to be when I grew up. I heard the music like that, like, oh snap, oh you got this girl, this girl, this girl, and you saying this and you saying this, and they okay with it. Shoot, that's the life. Shoot, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So me growing up, that's what I would listen to, and that's what how I seen women. Like, I didn't see them as
Shalom
a
growing up.
value or they can bring value to me. I just seen them as my next trophy.
Hold on, Yada. Hey, if anybody else would like to come up, feel free. Y'all feel free to come up. I just asked that y'all would tap the screen, share it live. And again, if y'all want to give Shalom a deal, if y'all want to give, don't gift me a jackdaw thing. Y'all see what it say? You want to give me, hit my cash app. I ain't trying to get with these pennies today, man. If that's something that y'all want to do, I ain't begging at all. I'm just saying, if that's something that y'all want to do, don't waste your money on this app. Hit my cash app. Again, so Yedidiah, the reason I brought this up is exactly what you're saying, but there's more to it as well. I'm noticing that a lot of people are talking like the rappers that they listen to when they have conversations. Even, what the
Yes.
rappers say in the songs, like, and I'm gonna just say women, for instance. I ain't gonna pick on them too much. I'm gonna just say the women, for instance. This little thing right here, all of our women is doing it now. Or I won't say all of our women, a lot of our women are doing that right now. The period thing and just how you talk to folks, it's like you don't have your own, so you start talking like other folks. And then what I see with our women a lot of times is they're following other women, whether they're wrong or right. And then our brothers as well, they start saying the same thing as well. I'm like, man, the conversation, the way that we talk to one another, that's why I said, has the rap game changed the way we speak and address one another? Because that's what it is. That's what I see. Like the whole bro thing, everybody saying bro now. I ain't saying bro is a problem, but you see what I'm saying. Like they're so influential that it impacts your household. It impacts the way you speak to your own brother or sister. Even down to the fact of how we was on a live the other day and our women was talking and brothers as well, but they were talking, and I promise you, they sound like a Megan Thee Stallion song. And I don't even follow that, but when it popped up on live, I'm like, dang, this stuff sound familiar.
I
So
get
there's
what
no
you're
respect.
saying. I get. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna. I
And
think
y'all
it's
better come up
more
at this
than.
live, man. I know all y'all ain't working. Some of y'all ain't y'all guys. Y'all better come up and talk. Go ahead.
I think it's. I think it's more than just the rap music. I just think it's the idols that they look up to in general, like from basketball players to football players to uh to the rappers to the like. If our idols were, I don't think that they're more. I don't think they're catered to be our idols. I think they're there as like, hey, look, this is what you can aspire to if you just do this. But they don't help. Like they don't really. You don't really see them really helping the black community for real, for real. So for me, it's like I had to grow and see and start to understand that it's not real. None of it is real. And we got a bunch of the youth, a bunch of people that are in their 20s who still thinks that some of this stuff that these people say and do is real.
Which
Let's
part you
take
talk about?
let's take
It seems very real.
like
In a way.
let's take what's the one, Cardi B. Cardi B.
Okay.
She said she would never work, she would never cook, clean, and do none of that for her man.
Right. Well, she
But
said, I
then
don't
her,
cook, I don't clean, but
yeah,
let me tell you how I got this ring.
yeah,
Uh,
and but the video shows her cooking and cleaning, and she came out her own mouth and said she wouldn't even let her children listen to her own music. But we, as black people or as the audience, can hear that and be like, well, that's what she really doing. But
But
that's not what's really happening.
look at how
We
much,
don't
and not look at how
go ahead.
much that influenced our youth. Look at how much that influenced some of our women. It is real, even though she said she wouldn't let her children listen to it. But and don't take this the wrong way, nobody. Look at how much the peasants, because that's what we looked at as to them, is peasants followed into it and made it credible.
Mm-hmm.
Go, hold
And
I
on,
think
hold
so.
on,
I
Mother.
think she.
I'm gonna let the other ones that came up as well speak. You
okay.
don't have to go nowhere. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Hey, Sister Latoya, how you doing?
Hey, brother, how you
Shalom.
doing? Shalom. Um, I agree. I agree. Not only with the women, but the men as well.
Mhm.
Because with the women, he's right about Cardi B. She does a lot for her children behind closed doors, but yet she says it in her songs that she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that, but she actually does it because she knows what sells. And
Mhm.
we keep buying the music. We keep buying the music, and then we're sitting there letting our children listen to it as well. With the
Mhm.
men, they disrespect women
Yep.
all the time, and it's because in the rap songs they also disrespect women in the rap songs, so they think it's cool to do that. You got people, and I ain't gonna say no names. You got certain brothers who
No,
be on
you
the
can say you
panels.
don't gotta say their names as far as who you talking about. But
I'm
you can
not gonna say
say
no names, but certain young brothers that carry tribal names.
I'm
That's
sorry.
close enough.
I got you. I
That
got you.
close enough. Be sitting there thinking they can disrespect somebody who's old enough to be their mama. Sitting there calling them, oh, you laundry miserable, you this, and just this so totally disrespect. I even have kids. I'm a teacher. I have kids that come in my classroom singing these songs.
Right.
They're singing these songs in the classroom. And I'm like, ain't nobody, they only heard it from one person. Because we don't play that kind of music in school. We hardly play music at all.
So it started at home.
It starts at home. If you expose your children, even when you're in a car, say if you're in a car with your kids and you're driving them to school like that, you sitting there playing that on the radio, of course they're gonna pick it up.
So
They're gonna pick it up.
may I ask you a question, Sister Latoya?
Yes.
As a
Yes, sir.
teacher, you call me yes'em.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just
I'm
messing with
Geechee,
you.
so some of my words, I slur my some of my words.
No. You good. You good. That wasn't like no personal thing. So as a teacher, are y'all able to talk to the parents about what's going on and how their children is coming in? Like, can you tell them? I'm
Good
being
luck
for
with
real.
that. And
Huh?
let me tell you something. Some of the parents don't admit that it's wrong. They don't see anything wrong with it. They look at us like we the problem when we do address certain things. You'd be surprised. They'll sit there and make it seem like we're the problem. When I say Joe Blow came to school and he was singing such and such, or he called such and such a this. Like, I'm gonna tell you a good example. I don't know where they get it from, but what that big back come from? When you call people big back, was that from a song?
Our culture. Our coach. I don't know the song. I really don't. For real.
But did
But
it
I know
come?
it's
I
our
don't
culture
know.
that
But they
makes it
got
tough.
people calling each other big backs.
It was like a joke song. Like somebody made it up on, was it Instagram? It was like Instagram a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's a
So
whole
basically, they come to school teasing, bullying other children, calling them that big backs.
Problem. Our
Even
parents don't
teachers.
teach their children what's normal. Y'all gonna have to come up, man, and talk, cause y'all talking that talk in these comments now. And make
like
sure
Yeah,
y'all share the live, repost it, tap the
it's
screen. I
it's
appreciate that.
ridiculous, and it kind of hurts my heart sometimes to see the babies talk like this. And even with the young brother that I was talking about, I have children older than him. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? For him to sit there and say that, and just imagine if he would have said that in front of my son,
mm,
calling his mama all kind of names or whatever like that, disrespectful names like that. My son would tear his behind up. He will whoop him because
That's
he
why
knows ain't nobody gonna disrespect his mama like that. But then that's how you should feel in Israel. That's how you should feel about every woman who's that age. Think of them as your mama, big sister, whatever.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? If we show each
Oh
other
yeah.
respect, then they'll follow. They'll follow behind us. You know, we gotta set an example.
My question
Gonna have to shut
is,
that music off for real though. Like
That
that means
music
we're
is
gonna
really
have to.
bad. It's really it really influenced them a
It's
What's the
not
lot.
just the
most?
music though. It's not
it's
just
Go
the
ahead,
every
Mom.
music. It's the entire entertainment system.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk, sis.
It's sports, it's news, it's the music, it's everything. It has all been crafted to be against us, and it is only showing their well craft now. But I'm listening, y'all. I'm gonna sit back. I'm up here, but I'm listening.
We listening to you.
No,
Look,
you can
you
talk. You
got a
can talk
voice.
because you're a
Your
mother
voice
too. You
matters.
know, mom,
I
and you
want to
can
hear
tell us some of the things that. Because I know your kids probably try to pick up bad influences from school, and you question it and stuff like that. Because sometimes our kids, if they're good kids, they pick up bad habits from other kids in school.
That is an
That is true.
absolute fact. So
That is true.
it raising my five has not been the easiest, right? And now coming into the truth, I have had to switch a whole lot of things up, but certain things that I never did. My children they didn't listen to certain music, period. Like I prefer to listen to some type of gospel, holier, inspirational, something like that, right? So in the household, that's the music that we listen to. Although that doesn't mean that that's not all they hear, because my son is an artist, and what type of music does he write? Not what I want, you know what I'm saying? He still is out here learning and doing his thing. So he has a process as he's going through as well. And when his music first started, it was horrible in my eyes, you know, but I'm not going to be like, son, your music is garbage. Don't do that. So I tried to encourage him the best way I knew how to get him to start making a change in his music, helping him to realize that the things that he's talking about, first off, ain't a life that you ever lived. You don't know about none of that stuff
You
you're
just gonna
talking
put
about.
up on Front Street, huh? Yeah.
Oh, look, I don't have time to play games, okay? I tell my kids the truth. We don't have time for games out here. Games allow my children to be played in the streets, and we don't got time for that.
Right.
So yeah, I have not a problem. But with saying that though, this is a mentality of a lot of young children or a lot of teenage children. They are out here promoting things that they have no clue about, no substance in their life about, right? They know nothing about it. But these are the things that they hear, then yet they are promoting it with just the retention of what they're hearing, right?
Right.
And then they go out and do these things. But that's not the life you live. When you go home, you're not doing that stuff that you was talking about, that you out here in the streets representing when you out with your friends. You know what I'm saying? When you come in the house, you pull your pants right back up before you hit the door. So why you outside representing me like that? We got a problem there.
They're trying to blend in with the crowd.
Yeah, and so what I teach my children is we don't have to blend in, right? We were never made to blend in. We were always made to be set apart. So since you were made in such a manner, you need to walk that way. Hey, do y'all hear me talking? Roll out.
but
Now.
Roll out.
I think a lot of it is also the school system, because it doesn't promote individuality and being creative anymore. It wants everybody to be the same. Like when I was in school, when I used to figure out ways to solve problems outside of the way that the teacher taught me, I would get in trouble for that. Like if I ever went outside the box, I would get in trouble. Oh no, you gotta be like everybody else. You gotta fit in. They try to make it so you fit in and be the same instead of everybody having their own mind. Now, if I feel like if we was able to cultivate that from kindergarten on up, then I think the world would be different. But because we have everybody has to be the same, or everybody, oh, you have to do it this way, you have to do it like this, you have to do it like this. When people see these stars or celebrities and they realize, oh, this is what they did and this is how they did it, so let me do it that way so I can be successful like them, instead of it's more than one way to skin a cat.
Facts.
That's
I
just
realize.
my take.
No, you're right. You're right.
I disagree. I disagree. The reason why I disagree, because right now we got teachers, we have to teach social emotional learning to some of these kids because we don't know what kind of environment they're living in. And as far as individual life, what you think is normal, which could be disrespectful, we don't know how these kids think what is normal. You know what I'm saying? It could, what you can be like, okay, well, maybe they're used to cussing in the house. And some of these parents will say, oh, I let my child express themselves. That ain't right. And then they got to bring that to the other kids in the school. And then we got to sit there and worry about their kid. And the parents don't do anything when the kids be disrespecting or cursing or whatever in school and stuff like that. You got parents out there who promote letting the kids, how can I say, express themselves, meaning they have no kind of accountability or control over their child. And they're allowing them to do whatever they want to and bring it to school. And then they're actually, these other kids are picking it up as well. No, I don't believe that. I can understand if you got a certain standards in your household, like say, okay, I don't eat pork. I don't do this. I don't do that. We have to abide by the parents. There's no one in one way. There's not no one. It's never been that way because we don't run things like that. We have to actually get permission from the parents of how we are to teach their children in school. Because we know that everybody comes from a different background and stuff like that. But when it comes to probably uniforms, we probably put uniforms. Yes, we do that with uniforms because we don't want kids to, we got kids that bully other kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we promote uniforms. I teach at a predominantly Black school. I'm a second grade teacher. I have kids. These parents are more focused on what their child is wearing than making sure the child knows how to tie their shoes. I done had to tie shoes for an 8-year-old.
Let me ask you a question, Toya.
Go ahead.
With knowing what the problem is, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we fix it?
The parents have to come to the board meetings. They have to be up there to express what's going on. If we're not present, because we got parents probably even having a hard time coming to PTA. Parents don't even want to show up to PTA meetings. They don't want to show up to board meetings, especially us.
As a parent,
as a parent.
As a parent that has children that's still in school, a lot of the parents are at work at the times that those PTA and board meetings be going on. And from what I see, and I'm just be real with you, all of that sending out emails and messages and stuff, that don't be hitting folks like that. They be looking at it and just scroll right past it or don't even see it half the time. I think we got to get back to where you call home, and talk to somebody or call them and actually speak to them. Because back in the day when we was young, they would make a phone call real quick and let them
better believe it. They still do it.
That's the lazy part of us. See, I teach my children at home, and when they get to the schools, the teachers and everybody already know who I am because I make my presence known. I go in there and I let them know.
And we love parents like that.
With my baby, if it's something going on with one of my babies, let me know. Don't wait and say, oh, I was just waiting, and it wasn't that bad. No, let me know right now so I can nip it in the bud. And then when I go to the meetings, because I do go to the PTA meetings and the conferences and stuff, I ain't been to no board meeting at all. I'm gonna be real, but I front my child out right in front of all them teachers and all them students. Let them know, hey, I ain't playing this game. I had to front them out in front of everybody so the teachers know, oh, I know your daddy don't play, but that's me being present. That's not me just sitting back watching. And that's what
I understand
that. Yeah, we got to be present.
I understand that. And then it's saying, okay, there's situations that go on in schools and the parents are not reporting it to the boards. Like they report it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, some of this administration is trash. And I'm going to be the first one to say it. Some of them are trash because the teacher will report it and then they don't do nothing about it. It's getting to the point where kids barely get suspended. Oh, because that'll be a vacation day for them. So you just gonna give them a sucker and send them back to the classroom?
Well, a lot of them don't really.
For bad behavior.
I ain't gonna say a lot of them. I've seen that some of the teachers really don't care like that. It's just a check for them, or it's just
They
a job.
checking out. Yes, they are
It's
checking out.
not.
You are so right.
But then you got young-minded teachers that are not like the teachers that we used to have back in the day that actually cared, that would actually get their degree for something that they care about. Nowadays, since 2020, it's just been folks just thrown in there that don't even want to do the job. They just like, I'm just here to collect the check. And then they be in there doing them TikToks with them. They be in there doing dances with them, all of this stuff, just so they could be their friends or their homies.
I'm gonna tell you, they be desperate. I'm gonna tell you, some of these teachers, some of these people, not some of the teachers, but some of the administration or the counties are desperate for teachers, and they're hiring people before they
don't
even
have
get their degree.
the credentials to be a teacher.
Exactly. Now, I will tell you, I'm gonna admit, because I was one. They hired me because I had a degree, but I did not have a degree in teaching. But while I wasn't educated, they do give you a certain amount of time to earn your degree. So while you're teaching, you can earn your degree. Like in my situation, I had a bachelor's that had nothing to do with education, right? So because I was changing careers completely. So when I was in school, I went and got my master's in education just so I can teach to get my license. Because they give you about up to 3 years before you can get your credentials before they have to fire you. And a lot of teachers or a lot of these people, they don't make it. They're not making it because they can't pass the test. They can't pass they can't get up there. They don't know how to pass get their bachelor's or master's. They don't finish school. So if they drop out of school, that means they can't be a teacher anymore. So they don't never make it to the finish line.
Oh,
I just don't. Oh, Shalom. I don't feel like, and I hate the word "feel," that the educational system is really helping anything. Like it's helping you when you go out into the world. Is they already prepared for certain things. They way ahead of the educational system, from what I see.
And we can't just say that because think about it now. Where did you learn how to read? Because I teach children how to read. A lot of parents don't got time. They check out. These parents are checking out. They're not even parenting no more. I have to teach kids. There are kids right now in second grade that cannot read at all. They can't read. And then when it comes time, I'm going to tell you, third grade is when they start doing that state testing. So if your child doesn't know how to read, by the time they get to second grade, and the teacher can't do but so much from second grade. They can't teach kindergarten and first grade in second grade. They have to teach second grade. So by the time these kids get to these standardized testing stuff, they can't read and they can't take a test because they don't know how to read. And then they fail.
The standardized test is garbage to me. That's just my
They are. Because some of that stuff does not even, how can I say, it does not test them on the stuff we teach in the class.
So I taught
they make better grades with our grades with us. When we actually grade them in the classroom, they make better grades than they do in a standardized test.
so let me ask you this, right? With that being stated, would it be more beneficial for the child that in an earlier state of age that they learn fundamentals, and I'm not talking about reading and math and things, I mean like fundamentals of life, how to do this, how to do that, how to clean, how to cook, how to whatever, and then we bring back in the educational quote unquote system so that they are already prepared for points of life that they don't get prepared for now at all.
Yes, I think it will help, sis. I think it does. Because even when I was little, we didn't have no age limit on what we can do in the household. I was cooking at 8 years old. I was cooking, I was prepping food. My mama prepared us. She did not play that with me. I started learning how to tie my shoes at 2. Because I was curious enough to want to learn. And so even with reading, I started reading before I even started school because I would see my mama reading the newspaper. Hey, I want to read with you. Let's read together. Read to me. I'll read back to you. They don't do that no more.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
because it's
Yeah, like
babies having babies.
Sister Latoya said, it starts at home before it starts at school. Yeah, everything starts at home first. That's what I grew up with. It starts at home first, then at school. But then half the schools don't teach you anything, just don't care about you. Like the system is built against us. It's not for us.
Is you correct?
Right.
So
It's like,
So, question: if we know it starts at home, right? And then we also know homes are jacked up currently because
yeah,
we know that. We know
some
that.
homes is jacked up because some family members don't even care about their kids and what they do at school. It's like, sis, like,
So what's
say
the
it.
next move? That's what I'm
No,
saying.
sis,
That's when the teacher
I'm
comes
gonna give
in.
you an example, sis. Like, say if you're a bad parent and your kids pick up bad habits, and they take it to school and they do it. What's gonna say? You gonna start fighting? What? Act stupid?
Oh, I had
Go
parents who
off?
almost want to fight me. They wanted to fight me because I addressed the issue that's in the classroom. And I'll say something. I got kids coming to school smelling like weed. And I was, stuff like that. They're coming to school smelling like weed. They're cursing and all that stuff like that. And they automatically want to blame us for addressing it to them.
Right.
You got parents now
Like I said,
that's having children.
it starts at school. It starts at home before it starts at school. You gotta blame some of the parents that just don't care.
Well, you got
But the parents, but the parents that do care, but the parents that do care, they don't play at all.
They
'Cause
don't. And the parents that do care.
My grandmother didn't play with us.
Yep.
She taught us
Yes,
well.
my
And the parents
question
that
is,
do care are complaining, but there are not enough parents complaining. That's the thing. There has to be enough parents to complain. Just like we go out there and we protest, we can march into the board meetings. We can march it. I'm telling you, we can be effective if we actually just work together to do it.
But that we don't want to come together and just work together and do it. We just because we're too afraid of ICE, of the ICE agents and what they'll do. But we march and protest anyway.
Who afraid of them?
Not half of us. I ain't say all of us. Like half.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm not like combating what you said. I was like, who's afraid of them? Like for real.
Like the ones that don't want to come out and protest.
what happened? My question is, my
Wait a
question
minute.
is, what
I'm
Wait a
happened?
minute.
talking about. I was talking about
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna
the
let you
house
go.
Negroes.
After Melly Bow, it's gonna be Monster. Then it's gonna be you. Yedda.
All right.
After Melly Bow, it'll be Monster. Then you.
I was talking about the house Negroes, the ones that love their master so much. Not us. We're strong. So they're not gonna do it. Like
A lot of changes right now with the Orange Man in the seat. With him being in that seat, he's cutting out a lot of benefits and a lot of services for our children. And when I mean by our children, I mean our African American children, because a lot of children, you have children who are EC, which is, they're exceptional education and stuff like that. You got children who have social emotional issues, and we are lacking in special ed teachers. And so they're trying to bring them into a normal classroom, which is going to make a hard environment for everyone else because that child needs special attention. And they don't even want to help the teachers that's already in a position. So how can a teacher teach if she's focusing on special ed children, and not focusing on the normal children? They're taking away a lot of services and stuff. And mind you, these schools get money. They get money for these services. So if they cut back the money,
is as special as them special ed children. The normal children are as special as those special ed children.
yes,
Right.
but if there's not enough teachers and these special, and what I mean by special ed children, I mean children who cannot speak. They are nonverbal. They are handicapped. They are, I'm talking about, like, I'm not talking about ADHD or nothing like that. I'm not talking about those ones, the ones who need extra time and stuff like that on testing and stuff like that. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about these actually disabled students. You have
What do
disabled
those students
students who are
need to
in
be in school
special
for?
education.
What do
And
those
if there's
students
not
need to
enough
be in
teachers
school
to
for?
help, it's like there's focus on more of the special ed children because they have to accommodate them, and there's not enough teachers in that one classroom to do that for all the children. There's only one teacher. They
Usually
don't
with
give us
special,
assistance.
usually with special needs children, from what out here in Oklahoma, there's at least 2 to 3 teachers in a classroom when it comes to that.
Exactly. They about to take that away.
Hey, if they take it away, you need to start at home. Train your baby at home then. Stop sending them to them people that don't really give a daggum about them.
Some of these parents don't even take time to learn their children.
No, I trust me. Whew, you said something right there. You said something right there. I know a lot of parents right now, like actually know them that don't care. They just send them there because it's a daycare for their children. But I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let Monster go and then Yetta die, just so I don't mess up.
Ooh, you touch a nerve with that one. Ooh, yeah, I agree.
Go ahead, Monster. You can change your name back to Monster.
Stop laughing at me, host. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Man,
How
I'm
about you?
glad what was you finna say?
I said, how about you?
I can't complain. If I could, I wouldn't anyway.
All right.
I'm 53, everybody.
Come on, old man. What you got?
I'm glad my 73-year-old mentor and who is a big person in this city, I'm glad I asked him the question that I asked him one day. I asked him if there was something you could say at 73 to a young 53, because I'm a young man to this 73-year-old brother. What would it be? He said, be slow to speak and swift to listen. He said, use your ears, young man, as twice as much as you use your mouth. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. And that's to listen as twice as much as you speak. So I listen to everybody. And I came to respond to the prompt. But I'm glad the host, Brother Pastor Knowledge, runs his live the way he do. So I listen. And speaking from experience, and Brother Pastor Knowledge know me. And doing the kind of work that I've done, and I still do from time to time. You are your kid's first teacher. All of that marching and protesting concerning a lot of what I'm hearing, you are your kid's first teacher. I don't have time to protest and march. Me and my wife is too busy being a mother and a father to our children. It starts at home. And I am my kid's first teacher, not social media, not their grandparents, not their uncles and aunties and family members and the judge, the district attorneys, the mental health offices, the daycares, the schools, etc., the government, the president. I am my kids' first teacher. You got to go through me to get to my children. I don't care what the school is teaching them. Me and my wife is already educating them at home. And I salute to Brother Pastor Knowledge because he always doing these type of topics, trying to get the people to see it start at home. The schools, that's government. That's something that the humans created. But you are your kid's first teacher. It starts at home. Concerning just the conversations I was hearing. But the prompt says, has the rap game changed the way we speak and address one another? I'm 53. I know they just had that 50-year anniversary a few years ago concerning hip-hop. I was born before hip-hop. Hip-hop was born right after me. I remember when hip-hop was born. And, when we learn about who we are and where we come from, once upon a time, we couldn't talk. We wasn't allowed to talk. We didn't have a voice. Once upon a time, we wasn't allowed to read. We got caught with books. I remember one story, the little girl came home during the slavery days. She had a book and almost got everybody in trouble. Almost got everybody unalived because she had a book when it was during the season when black people wasn't allowed to read or have books to educate themselves. And she was educating herself on the low. She was learning a lot, and the book was waking her up, along with the experience. But I remember when I'm gonna be quick as I can. I remember when hip hop was born. I remember when black people wasn't rapping. Yeah, let's talk about it. I remember when there wasn't no such thing as hip
Woo!
hop.
I'm glad you talk. Hey, I'm glad you talk. You got a brother up in here. Yeah, talk about it.
Thank you, brother.
I'm gonna fact check you, brother.
And there's another brother that brother right there speaking. He know what I'm talking about.
I'm about to find out.
He
Kick
sound
it,
like
cricket.
okay. So
Kick
check
it,
this
cricket.
out. Check this out. Once upon a time, there was no such thing as hip hop. Once upon a time, all of these rappers that exist didn't exist. It was just Motown 25. It was all Motown and, you know, our old school singers that's done passed away. I remember when black people was going to the YT people, you call them YT people. I remember when black people was going to them and begging them, asking them, please let us express ourselves. We won't mess up. I remember when the YT people, when they was going, getting on coming together and begging the YT man, and the YT wouldn't let them do it. I remember when they kept begging and begging and begging, knocking at the YT door, please let us express ourselves. Please let us rap. Please let us sing. Please let us, because we was already doing it on the low. It started on the low. Nobody knew it. And they begged the YT people. And I remember when the YT people finally broke and said, okay, we're going to let you do it. And you better not mess up. You better not turn this into a bad thing. And the black people, I remember when they promised the YT people that what they doing today, they wasn't going to do that. And they did it anyway. I watched the rap game change. I remember when you couldn't cuss on TV. There was only certain words you could say on TV. I'm 53. I've lived, I've experienced life. And I remember when you couldn't do these things. I remember how these things unfolded. I remember when water wasn't being sold in the stores. My grandmother used to tell me these things was going to happen. I used to think grandma was crazy. I used to think grandma was mean. Now, then I found myself going back to her grave talking to the dirt. Granny, you was right. So I remember when black people finally got through the door. The stuff we was doing at home in the backyards, at the family reunions and stuff, black people finally got to come to the stage. They started out in New York. They finally got to the big screen. They made it to the big screen. I remember when you had that song Self-Destruction, and then that was the East Coast New York song. We headed for self-destruction. I remember when we had the West Coast song, we all in the same gang, because the gangs was going crazy in California and Los Angeles, and New York had its set of problems too, so it was East Coast versus West Coast. Brother Pastor Knowledge smiling, I see him smiling. He know what I'm talking about. He
I know
remembers
exactly what songs you talking about.
I remember then all of a sudden, the gangster rap came into play. The gang members started learning how to rap. And they start telling their stories. Ain't nobody going to the mental health office anymore. Don't nobody want to go talk to mama anymore. It started at home. Don't nobody want to talk to daddy anymore. It started at home. But don't nobody want to talk to mama, daddy, uncles, and aunties, and big brothers, and big cousins, and grandma and grandpa. We talking in the streets now. They don't understand us. So, you know, so we at today. You wasn't, and we know why we at. It's a combination of why we at. I'm not gonna get into that. Y'all know just as well as I do. Why we at today. Got the gangster music in the door. They saying everything, preaching for the devil. You got the gangster music in the door. They saying everything. That same stuff they saying on the mic, we say at the mental health office. We talk to like that to the therapist. The tribe is in trouble. So they didn't have no, that's how they making their money. And the system, the rap game, those big people who run the music and run the industry like Jimmy Iovine, he one of the main ones. They start saying that, hey, we can make some money off of these. You know how they talk, the names they call us.
But what are we supposed to? Shalom, bro. Respect to you and the fam. Shalom, G Will. What are we supposed to do, in your opinion, not G Will, Monster? And after you, Monster, it would be Yedadiah. So
and I'm gonna be quick.
okay. Go ahead.
What I did, speaking for me and my journey,
Uh-huh.
and it all goes with the we. It go for you too. I heard the sisters talk about the parents that don't play versus the parents that's not stepping up. Me and my wife, we broke the generational curse. We broke the chain. We broke the cycle. See, change started with me. I used to be the problem. I used to be a rapper too. I could play some songs right now.
Don't do it.
That's another story. So what I would tell you to do is get off your ass. Now, I went into the juvenile facilities. I started working with the youth. And Brother Pastor Knowledge know that. I work with the youth here in my city. I work with the different nonprofits here in my city. Going to juvenile facilities, walking kids out their cells, letting them know that they not YNs, why y'all calling them YNs. Like they call my generation gangsters, thugs, and hoodlums. I got to tell them that they not YNs. I got to tell them that they YMs, young men. I got to tell them that they YBs, young brothers. I got to tell them don't let nobody put you in that box. I got to let them know ain't nothing but unaliving and destruction around that corner. I got to let them know that you are somebody. You're not a mistake. You're not an accident. You are somebody, and failure is not an option. Stay free. Stay alive. I got to talk that talk. That's what you're supposed to be doing while you on social media talking that talk. You're supposed to be in them juvenile facilities. You're supposed to be finding you a nonprofit. You're supposed to be finding you a juvenile facility you can walk into. And I'm also at the schools eating breakfast and lunch with the kids. So I know your kids don't like you, but you don't know it. Break the generational curse. Get off your ass. Black people, black man, black woman, mother, father. I don't care who you is. Get off your ass and go put in some work. Because God, the tree that bear fruit, and I'm going to land with this. The tree that bear fruit, the fruit is not just for the tree, it's for the people that walk by and eat from the tree. What God gave you is not just for you. You're supposed to be like Brother Pastor Knowledge name say, pass the knowledge, pass the wisdom, pass the understanding, pass the common sense, pass the education. It's not just for you. Before God come and get you. Don't, like what they say, brother, don't get caught with your work undone. I can go on and on. I'm long
Words
with
from Monster. I gotta let somebody else go. I appreciate
you already.
Monster. Hey, you want to spit nothing but facts. Nothing but facts. Hey, Jedediah, and then after you, Pierre Savoy. Jedediah. There you go.
My thing is, everybody says we got to continue to enter a system that we all know that isn't built for us. Like, I just sit back and listen, and I'm thinking about the schools. The schools isn't for us. The prison system, none of this in America is for us. And we all know that. But there are no more Black Wall Streets. There are no more black towns that was for us. We sit back and we know it's not right. We know it's not wrong. And we know we should be teaching our children. They should be learning the Tanakh. They should be learning everything from us. But we don't do nothing about it. We sit there, we're gonna march. That hasn't done anything. Nothing has changed. And the person who they followed that wanted to march for all these rights, he even said himself, I feel like I've led my people into a burning bush or burning fire. Burning house. So if he already realized what the mistake, you don't think we need to sit back and analyze and think like this is a mistake? And he was unalive for realizing that he made a mistake. Because before that, do you know how many black towns, even though they got destroyed, that were wealthy, that were built up by us, that were ran by us? And it's like now we're afraid to do that. Now we're gonna march. That's not gonna do anything. We've been marching for years. Ain't nothing changed. What you think? Because now you got the right to vote. You got the right to vote. We should have been what? That marching, they give us crumbs compared to what we really should have, and we be okay with it. And then we sit back and after we realize that it's nothing but a crumb, now we're upset. Oh, what? I want to do something about this. And instead of us doing something, you know what we do? Nothing. We don't do nothing. And I'm not saying that we need to be radical and all that. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying as a whole, we need to let's take the did you see when that Asian guy ran down that kid and unalived him, and then another Asian man got on live and said, we don't need your money, we don't need you people, we have our own Koreatown, we have our own Asiatown, what do you guys have? Have you ever noticed that whenever it's us versus any other race, is always, we don't need you, we have this, what do you guys have? And nobody in the black community speaks up and say anything, because we don't. And they know that we don't. We don't have anything. We depend on a system that wants to put us back into slavery. That's what we depend on. A system that really wants us to go back in time. Because with that, I've never heard, like I said, I'll be watching it. I've never heard a former corrections warden say, we need this young man for his sweat equity. Do you know what that is? Do you know what sweat equity is? That's another word for slavery. We need this man to work him to death. And we are okay with that.
Say that.
As black people, we're supposed to be, that's okay. He's doing right. He shouldn't have met. No, nobody should have to go back in this. I don't care what nobody's done. Nobody should be a slave for another person. So for me, I sit back and I think, and I'm not thinking, oh, how can I integrate my children, or what can I do to better their system? I don't think like that. I think, what can I do to bring a system about for us that's made for us? What can I do? And the only thing I can do that I realize that I can do is I'm trying to find like-minded people. Let's pool our money together. Let's go get some land and go do it ourselves. What's wrong? Like, what are we afraid of? What are we afraid of? What, we're afraid they're going to come destroy us? We're afraid. Like, what haven't they done to us that has us like, okay, I'm not going to go do this? And that's my thinking. Because we can't integrate into a system that doesn't want us integrated into it. No matter what we do, no matter how much we try to be better, the system doesn't want us to. Like Monster said, he said he was there when rap started. In the 1990s, they had a whole meeting. This is on record. With the private prison systems and the music artists had a meeting where they said, look, we want you to do music like this so we can fill up these prisons. And you know what happened? It worked. It worked. It wasn't like it didn't work. It worked. So everything that, even though we might be using it for good, here they come into integrating our things to trick our people back into a position where, you still got to depend on us. You still got to do this. You will still have nothing. You will still have little. We're going to put some people up. We're going to prop up some people so you can look at and say, this is who you want to follow. But these same people will sell you out quicker than anybody else. And that's why, and I land my plane at that.
All right. Pierre, you up next. Hold on, 7
Hello,
foot.
panel, by the way. No, I'm just saying
Hold
hello.
on, 7 foot. It's Pierre.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to greet the panel and the family and the people with shalom. And then I want to say a prayer to the Father before I speak, because I want his words to come out my mouth. I don't want my word. I don't want to get in the way. I'm going to get myself out of the way, and I'm going to put the Father and let him dictate to me what's going on in my life today. You step outside, stepping outside so I can ground myself while I'm talking. So I can ground myself, brother. First, I want to, brother, you already know you. Past, you already know. I done communicate with you many days now, where you know where my heart's at.
Yeah.
I'm coming with the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Come
You're
here.
sure I'm a Shia? I asked you, you're sure I'm a Shia? I asked you to bless my mouth, that my words that come out my mouth, let it be your words and your words alone. I give you all the praise and the honor and the glory that you deserve, and no one else deserves it but you. In your holy name I pray. Amen. Okay. My vision on where I'm at right now, brother, is that the remedy is real simple. Our problem is not a big problem. It's actually a very simple little problem. And it's called unity in the community. If we stop moaning and groaning, because that's all we're doing. If you look on the internet, all we're doing is moaning and groaning about stuff that don't matter. When you conversate and you participate with those that think like you on stuff that does matter, watch this. It's a three-phase mode. When you can believe, you can conceive. And then with the Most High's ability, you will be able to achieve with positive motion. Positive motion. We got one creator, and he created us, which we are his creation. And he commanded us to be creative, not destructive. And we find ourselves wrapping ourselves around bad news. Most High tells me, he said, if you ain't got nothing good to say, Pierre, savoir faire, shut your mouth. Until you have something good to say, just practice being quiet. Shut up. Because who you ever seen put out a fire with gasoline? It ain't gonna happen. So now, if you don't have a joyful noise when you wake up in the morning, first thing I'm living in a mansion now. I got the master bedroom in a mansion, right? And I give the Most High the honor for being able to move me out of the ghetto, the South Bronx. I was one of the first ones that did free flow. You mighty people, come play your role. You mighty people, don't sell your soul. You mighty people, stay in control, just stay in control. And you know, there are flamingos, there are chicken hawks, there are birds that sing and birds that talk, birds that live off the water and live off the land. A message in creation will make you understand that birds of a feather, they flock together. That's the only way to make life better. I ain't never seen an eagle hanging out with a pigeon. In fact, a pigeon is the eagle's delight in flight. So now, moving on. Right now, I'm mentoring about 4 or 5 youths. One's in court right as we speak. They're trying to give him a charge of a murder charge, and I'm mentoring to his whole.
We love the TikTok shop. Put some fruits in the chat. We got to watch.
Yeah, I
we
apologize.
love TikTok shop. I buy lots of things from there.
I apologize. So I'm mentoring to his whole family, brother. The father is not there. And I'm like grandpa coming to the set. I'm 68 years old. So it's all a matter of right in your nucleus. My mentor was Dick Gregory, brother. I had a mentor, W.D. Muhammad, the son of Elijah Muhammad. I was a 5%er in the South Bronx. I was one of the original free flowers, brother. Before hip hop, I recognized hip hop was a setup from the get up. Because it's when the powers that be took our invention of what we had going on, and they changed the narrative. They put a different contents in the narrative, and then they changed it to the point where if they said we hook up hip hop, we ain't got to give those niggas that's rapping, we ain't got to give them no kind of payment. We can take it, change the narrative, and boom, say it's this instead of that, and then we ain't got to give them no payola. And then they took what we had and turned it into a multi-trillion-dollar operation. Facts. Those are facts. I got receipts. I raised up LL Cool J. I remember LL Cool J used to sneak up in the Bronx and try to learn how to rap. I ran with his partner, DJ Polo. Yeah, you can fact check me. DJ Polo. Me and him was best of friends. Me and DMX was best of friends. All of this that I'm saying to land my plane, it's a matter of unity in the community. If you ain't doing that, you practicing treason. I land my plane.
7 foot.
Yo, Pierre, I like to salute you, bro. That wasn't a speech, man. That's some serious stuff I heard, man. Thank you for sharing that stuff.
Thank you so much, brother. It's good to be appreciated in this day and time.
I'm from the UK, so obviously you know that the UK rappers stole your whole rapping stuff, and they apparently have UK drill now. I don't know how that happened, but it's really interesting to. Sorry, host. Hello, by the way. What's up? Yeah. So first and foremost, out of everything, I want to connect with you, Pierre, because I work with the rehabilitation system over here. I come from the hood, but I'm a white guy. That's they say whatever. I'm generally about a lot of stuff, but music is where I hit the pinnacle, right? And what you said, I need these kids to over here to hear you, because you guys have an understanding of exactly where it comes from and exactly like the pinnacle change of how it changed frequencies. The hands changed the ownership of it, and that changed the frequency of what they use. You control the frequency, you control the mind. So what you were saying was almost a prophecy, bro. And it's a crazy situation that I've landed in here, and I've come across someone that was there before the creation of the industry of it. Yeah, and I like to say as a YT person, it has happened to us. Obviously, the BLK experiences, there's this clear pain and stuff, but the YT, working class, low class, whatever you want to call it, we created folk music. And they stole that, because if we are on the right frequency, then it doesn't matter if you're a Rasta, freaking folk hippie, yeah, you know what's going on, right? So they break both of these powers so that we if you like it, underground, don't join forces, because if the two, the light and the dark, work together, yeah, they don't want that to happen, because then you realize who the reptiles are.
Did it just go quiet, or what's going on?
Sometimes we have to take a moment. I had to take
Man, my brother passing out. What you mean? Yeah, that brother that spoke before the man that just spoke, and then the man that spoke before him. Man, if you could take all three of them conversations and put them together, and then bring it back to this app for people to hear that, because the brother that spoke, that was with DJ Polo and DMX, I came after him. He came before me. So if you took what he just said, what I said, and the other brother that spoke, man, that's why everybody quiet.
It's true, bro.
Truth won't only set you free, but it'll shut you up.
And the silence is the noise. The words that we speak are taken away from the universal noise. The noise is the silence, and our words should be chosen, because we're actually taking out of sound when we speak.
Thank you for the repost. What's up, Big Street?
So that brother that just got through talking about, he was with DJ Polo, DMX, just got through speaking the way he spoke. He just helped me to understand.
I'm still here, brother.
Yeah, you. Because what I witnessed,
Prophet Pierre,
what he said helps me to understand. I'm 53. He's 68. He's a lot older than me. But what he said helps me to understand why I seen and saw what I saw. And like he said, they made trillions off of it, how they turned it around and put a twist on it. And
He's giving me.
took the truth from it and put a falsehood to it. Took the truthhood away and added falsehood. And then made trillions off of us. And still making money off of us. Now what he said need to be heard. Right. Yeah, so that's, and that makes people be quiet. That creates silence. This live need to be reposted. It need to go up and be on Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter.
If you
And
can
all
get
12
the.
of y'all that's in here, can y'all repost the live? Can you share it? Can you tap the screen?
Yeah, I want to watch the conversation from before because I came, as Pierre started to speak, so I missed the prior ones, and I'm now intrigued.
I will upload it to YouTube and you can watch the full thing. I'm not ending it right now, but I will upload it. I'll try to use the highlights, and put them on TikTok for y'all to see. Hey, when I upload it, y'all need to go watch the video or go, comment, go like the mother. You need to watch something.
Shalom. I don't know how I got up here. I was
Probably from
cleaning.
tapping the screen.
I was cleaning. I got that clapper thing.
Yes, come in.
And it just disappears. It's gone now. I was liking it, and then all of a sudden I put my phone in my pocket, and I was cleaning a desk. So I don't know how I got up here.
And Pierre,
But
man, what you done for me, bro? You're giving me hope because I didn't think there was anyone with evidential experience to say this is true. Me as a YT guy saying the whole of hip hop is a scam can sound racist, bro. It's just someone who doesn't understand what you just said. It's been my problem because I work in music and I work in, the power of frequency healing. And yeah, it's kind of, I kind of want you to be involved in the UK music scene, bro, if you're still active.
Well, watch this. And all praise be to the Most High. I'm in the studio now doing a remake. My first name is Luther, and I went to high school with Luther Vandross, and it was 170th Street and Grant Avenue. It's called Taft High School. You can fact check me. Taft High School, William Howard Taft High School, right off of the concourse and right on in the middle of Sheridan Avenue. Grant Avenue was that middle street, 170th Street and 169th. That's where I was a 5%er. And my mother was YT, and my father was African American. He's from Aiken, South Carolina, and my mother was from Paris, France. Yeah, how about that? And she named me after Martin Luther, the monk. 95 Theses. You want to do some good reading? Do that. And Martin Luther, he shared with the people on the indulgences that keep them away from the Most High's love. What are your indulgences that keep you away from the Most High's love? When you wake up in the morning, are you saying, Father, Abba, not no other name, because his name is Father and Abba. Facts. All these other names, they're man-made. Facts. And when you hear me scream out facts, F-A-C-T-S, the Father and his child together enjoying salvation. Facts. The facts is the truth, and the truth is that which makes you free. It don't set you free. It makes you free. So when you're marinating in the spirit of the Father, when you wake up in the morning, that's that. You mighty people can play your role. You mighty people don't sell your soul. Man, I'm getting chills over my body when I'm telling you all this. For so long.
Can you recite that lyric again? No, I think we need it again, bro.
You mighty people come play your role. You mighty people don't sell your soul. You mighty people stay in control, stay in control. Just stay in control. Stay in control of your emotions. Stay in control of your feelings. Stay in control of your algorithm. Stay in control of your here and your now, because that's all you're in control of. We're so busy talking about what happened then that we're missing out on now. The Father said, spending a day with God is like living 1,000 years. So if we're spending our time thinking about yesterday, not knowing what's going on tomorrow, look at how much time we're missing out with today. That's why I say grand rising. Today, we have a great grand rising into the point where we're coming into him. And right along with me saying shalom, I say grand rising to the point where it's a grand day to be alive.
How long
when
you been in the grand rising?
About 2 months, something like that. It was just something I caught.
Where'd you pick it up from?
It was a sister that was saying it. She would call and tap into me, and she said, "Grand Rising, Pierre." And I said, "Well, what's up with this Grand Rising?" I'm gonna share with you how I napped into it.
Did you do your research instead of just going off of what's on?
I'm open for that. I'm open for that, brother. I'm open for that. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. You're looking at a brother that's not above reproach. How about that? At 68 years old, I ain't never been late. I ain't never been late on the conversation to the point where if somebody tells me, "Yo, Pete, you need to shut that down, brother." And this is the reason.
It comes from. I just researched it.
Hey, I saw on a video on this app because I was curious about that grand rising.
Because I used to say,
I was wondering where it came from. I saw a young sister come on a video.
Hello.
And she said grand rising was evil.
So it comes from. This is the only origin I've found on when you will search it. It comes from the BLK American culture.
Brother Pastor Knowledge, can you share what you was about? Because you're about to share something. I want to hear it.
And so do I.
No. I'm gonna let him speak.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit here in a minute. I'm gonna let him finish speaking.
I thought he was done.
No, I wasn't done. I was just about to get it.
No, all right, go ahead.
I was just about to get it in for real.
Yeah, but that other guy said it came from a BLK.
It doesn't matter. That was a sub conversation. Let's let Pierre carry on with his flow.
Okay. All right, let Pierre finish saying what he was saying.
Okay, and I appreciate that. That respect. That is part of what we've been missing for so long, and I humbly appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, man, that's awesome. Just to be able to receive that is awesome. But anyway, going for what was the last thing I said? So I can just tap back into my reality.
You were speaking concerning staying in control.
Okay, yeah. See, we're so worried, and this is what we have been manipulated into. Most of the people
you said spending a day with God is like spending 1,000 years.
1,000 years, right? So now, if every day when you get up, you give God the honor and the glory that He deserves, guess what? He refuels your tank. He refuels your tank. Now, when you do that, now you're on remote control because now you got the Father walking right beside you, and He's closer to you than your own jugular vein. So now, if that is walking beside me and is closer to my own jugular vein, if I concentrate on what He has for me for that day, that's all I need. Because every day is like 1,000 years. So why am I concentrating on that don't matter? Because, and it's not that it really don't matter, but it's just like you get redundant in it to the point where if I know that they're setting up and they're going against me, right? And they're going against my children, they're going against my family, then the first thing kicks into me. I did 8.5 years special forces, 3rd-degree black taekwondo. I'm half white and half black. I grew up in the South Bronx. I used to have to fight when I went to junior high school. I used to have to fight every day because one was calling me nigger and the other one was calling me hunky. And the only ones that would accept me was the Puerto Ricans. So I learned how to speak Spanish. I even learned how to sing. Ay, mamita linda, porque dime por qué me ama no, dime que mi tamino nenate. Ay, mami, me por qué. So I would sing to the women. Because the women, watch this, they used to be my armor bearers. I'm talking about literally the women used to take my defense when either the white boys were coming at me or the brothers was coming at me. Because I was one of them fly guys that had curly hair, light skin, this, that, and the other. Fly guy. And to today, I'm fly. Yeah. Let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Yeah, this nigga getting it like this. Just like this. Yeah. Bam. Like that. And I know he created me to be fly. I run a mile every day. I do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups every day.
Hey, Brother Pierre,
Every day.
I appreciate you. I needed this.
Yeah, that one. So with that being said, most people hate on me. They hate on me because they can't even comprehend the continuity of my flow. My algorithm is so high, my energy level is so high that when I come at them, they're like, what the? Yeah, what the? I'm coming at you with the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And that truth that's in me, when I come at you, I'm going to kick it for what it is, not for what I want it to be. And even if it means be myself, the brother said, yo, you know where you get that from? You know where you get that from? He ready to correct me. But guess what? I'm ready to be corrected. How about that?
Amen.
Because I don't want, listen, brother, I do not want to go past and not be corrected. If I'm walking in sin, I need to be corrected. My mind, my soul, and my body is steady on repentance mode.
Amen.
So with that being said, because I could talk about this all day, but in coming to a close where not to let some other people talk, it's all a matter of when you wake up with the Father and you pay attention to the Torah and you pay attention to the commandments. That's all we need. For real. If we treat our brothers like we treat ourselves, and we want for our brothers what we want for ourselves, if we respect our elders, if we respect our youth, if we respect the handicap, if we respect the wayward women that has single kids, if we stay concentrated in just that alone, your life will be so valuable. We don't have to get on TikTok and be arguing about stuff that don't matter. I mean, it makes me throw up sometimes. I get on the line, and they tell me what ayat this and passage this and this that. And I say, okay, brother, you know all of that, and you ain't got no remedy. How you got all that knowledge and you ain't got no remedy? Oh, that's right. You either a Pharisee or a Sadducee. Yeah. Okay. I get it. You one of those. You're so smart that you're stupid. Dick Gregory taught me, and my mentor, I'm gonna land with this. Dick Gregory taught me. He said, Pierre, you're a bad boy. You're a bad boy, brother, because guess what? In about 10 years, you're going to be speaking a language that everybody's going to want to hear because it's going to be the truth. It's going to be the truth coming from your heart. God wrote it on my heart, man, since I was a baby. I grew up in a Catholic school. Matter of fact, I used to go to Catholic church where I was carrying the incense. And they mocked me for one of the ones that they was getting ready to violate. And by the grace of God, he pulled me out of that zone, just like he pulled me out of rap when they started the hip hop thing. That was a setup from the get up. All of them boys sold out. Even LL Cool J right now, that nigga sold out. All of them. Every last one of them. Because you can't be on that level of prominence without selling your soul and then still being alive.
Preach again.
You cannot do that.
Preach
And if
again.
and like my brother said, Cat Williams, he said the biggest job for the boys in Hollywood right today is to make everybody think that they did not sell out. I land my plane.
You know what? My ultimate thought of it is there came a point when people at a human level armored themselves with the natural resources of the cosmos, and the people that didn't want that to happen opened the doors to hip hop. So all those prophets, they were tricked out of their position, but with the same role. But then they obviously sold their soul. So what needs to happen is, if this rising happens when people start using the melody to prophesize frequency, then we need to have laws. People who go and join that, it doesn't matter what color they are. They're unalive. They're not living.
Corliss Vigilante, then SP Ministries.
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
How you doing, bro?
Oh, pretty good. Y'all want to address the prompt?
Has the rap
Conversation
game
we've been having?
Oh, okay, I didn't see up top. Has the rap game changed the way we speak and address one another? I would say there's some songs, yeah, I would agree with the prompt. It has did a lot to a lot of mostly I wouldn't, maybe I could say some of the female artists with the how to use men, like you take someone like Young Miami. I don't know if you guys heard of her. How to scam guys and
Yeah, we heard of
how
that
women.
song. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How to yeah, and how women like dress and everything. They're a bad influence on some of these young girls out here. I wouldn't say all, like mostly. I've came up off like the old school artists, old school like female rap artists.
SP?
Yes, great topic. Yes, especially for someone who came from up north and moved to the south, I see how the music from different cultures or different areas affect people. Especially what he just said. I see how especially when it comes to interacting with one another, especially when it comes to women nowadays. Um, that's they have this mindset, especially with Megan Thee Stallion. Let's give her example too. She's telling people that she no longer care about being a wife. Or I forgot the exact lyric, but a lot of brothers a lot of brothers are upset with her. She said because she's pretty much saying wifey is a bad thing. She's trying to put it out there like being a wife is not her thing. She don't want to do that. And now what I've seen by her saying that, now other women saying, yeah, we are outside. We don't care about we don't care about being a wife. We don't care about trying to be a wife. We're gonna go out here and do what we want. I had to say to be hoe bags, be scamming dude. Like they're glorifying this, and it's sad because there's a lot of people who, like for me, who honors being a wife, who honors, it's an honorable thing. Your spouse is a gift from God. So it's just disheartening to see that, because now people are growing up thinking it's okay to only want to use men for money and stuff, and vice versa. Seeing men out here thinking like having this, just like being promiscuous, it's a glorified thing. But then when you see records on the news on how certain cities, how they're being infected by certain things because of their decisions, it's just distasteful. So I just pray that more people would just focus on listening to good music that impact your soul, because it has been proven that music does impact you. I remember I used to be a Memphis rapper fanatics. I used to listen to Dolph, and I remember when I was mad and I'm over here listening to Dolph, I'm ready to pull up on somebody. Music, music does impact you. It does. I never get it. I was mad at somebody and I would listen to Young Dolph, and it made me get in the car. I was blasting Young Dolph while I'm heading to that person's house, telling them to pull up. So yes, music does impact you, how you treat others, and it impact you directly. I'm gonna land it there.
I
Okay,
will
I
say,
love Young Dolph. I do.
I will say also, even to these reality shows like Baddies is a bad influence. You have these girls, these younger girls that sort like look up to girls like that. Those reality shows that has a lot of fighting. There's no meaning to that. It's just people now, even to the internet, people look at more confrontation more than trying to like learn in a positive way. Look at things on like more so like in a positive way of trying to learn from each other. And music is, there's all kinds of different kind of rap. It's just what the kind of rap music you listen to. I mean, even if you listen to the the lyrics, the harsh lyrics, it all depends on how you let it affect you.
Hmm. So has it affected our youth today? Because I know most of us up here is older.
Yes, I would say yes, most definitely. I can really tell. I have young nieces, and it really does affect them. And I'm looking at the things that they're wearing, and I'm like asking my sister, why do they have that? It's because everybody else is doing it. And I was like, well, that's not a good reason. You know, I stopped listening to that music a while ago. You know, it's been a while, so I don't know. But I know, like the gentleman was saying, that Baddies, oh my goodness, that is a horrible show. And the young ladies are watching that, and they look up to these people, they emulate what they do. And I'm just like, our community has to do better. Our parents need to do better. But I'm not a parent. I can't force my sister to make her kids do things just because they see everybody else does it. But it's like, if they jumped off a bridge, should they follow them? You get what I mean? So I it's just horrible to me.
So
A lot of people.
does that mean that we are the? Please don't take this the wrong way. Are we weak-minded when it comes to who we are influenced by?
I would say yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of people, not saying all, but a lot of people, and no, I don't take it the wrong way. Past the knowledge, a lot of
I don't take
people.
it the wrong way either.
Hey, you know, the other part, Pastor Knowledge, is this. These kids, they don't have aspiring uh, um, leadership that we had back in the day. When I was coming up, you know, for me to have Dick Gregory to be my mentor, that was strong right there. And Muhammad Ali and Eddie Kendricks, lead singer of the Temptations, that helped me modify my voice and I wanted to mold my voice. My godfather, he was the lead singer of the Drifters, dude. My shit is iconic. My godfather, Clyde McFadden, fact check me. The lead singer of the Drifters. He made Up on the Roof, Under the Boardwalk. This magic moment, so different and so new, will last forever. Forever till the end of time. Yeah, like that. That's how Luther. That's how this boy
You know why I
dropped it.
only remember that
Lovely
song?
voice.
Do you know why I only remember that song, Pierre? You ever seen the movie Sandlot?
That's right. That's right. Exactly right. I
It's on
did
the
see it, brother.
soundtrack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just
You
like
better
the
sing,
other song. Watch
Pierre.
it. Just watch this. Whoa, my love, my darling,
My girl.
I
That's from My Girl
hunger for your touch
and the Temptations.
alone, lonely time, and time
You know you're gonna be on
goes by. Yeah, let me stop right there.
YouTube. You know you're gonna be on YouTube. I'm telling you right
That's
now.
a
No,
lovely voice.
I told
We
y'all,
got a
y'all be
collection
playing
plate.
games. I told y'all be playing games, but I said, hey, each and every one of y'all gonna be on YouTube. Y'all don't listen.
Well, I'm already in the studio, G. What I told you, man, I'm in the studio doing a thing called Rush. Tell me, are you there? Tell me, Could it be that you're the answer to my prayer? See,
Oh,
I pray for peace and love like so many of us do. And I pray to find someone
that
like
come from
you.
influences too.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
In the morning, fell out of my bed. Roll out, I couldn't sleep. Thought of you fill my head. How could it be? This is scaring me.
All right, Pierre.
Seems every time I try to rest my heart is when the rush is back again. Maybe this time I'll make it work somehow. Guess I'm gonna find out. I get a rush. Mm, and it's love for sure.
This is
What else can I
Showtime and
be?
Pastor Knowledge right
Something
now.
beckons me. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Was that I'm trying to steal the show? No, sir.
No,
I'll
no,
never
no.
do that
I
to you,
said
sir.
this is Showtime and Pastor Knowledge right now.
That's what's up. Well, you know, when I come to your show, brother, like I shared with you on a couple of
You got a beautiful voice, though, Pierre. You got a beautiful voice.
thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. Coming from you. You don't give out compliments often, so you, yeah, you real strict. If you ain't got, you like the Sandman. You got that rod. Where you, oh, hold up, brother. Come on off stage. Get your ass off the stage. But and I appreciate the sisters' acknowledgement because without the goddesses, I ain't nothing. You know, it was a goddess that came to my aid when I was out there crazy as all outdoors. She came to my aid and told me, Pierre. See, I was one of them functional addicts. My wife's mother. I've been married 38 years, brother.
Thank you.
38 years. Yeah, man. And there was a woman that came to me and said, Pierre, if you don't go into a rehab, you're not going to make it, son. I love you. I love you to life. If you don't go into and I went, watch this. The rehab I went into is in New York. It's called the Phoenix House. Now do the story on the Phoenix. The bird dived into the fire, and when it came out, the bad boy didn't even smell like smoke. And he flies all outdoors now, soaring. He ain't flying. That boy is soaring. Yeah, that one.
Sound like they took that out the Bible.
Yeah. Facts. So, but we're here with a new awakening, with a new day, where if we honor our sisters, because like Dick Gergen said, he said the womb of civilization has been contaminated. My God, what you talking about? And not no disrespect to no women, but he's just saying that the women, they're giving the so-called man. They say, well, that man this, that man. No, babe, hold up now. You ain't dealing with a man. You're dealing with a kind of a man. That's not a real man you're dealing with. That's not a real man that you settle for. You settle for a creep. One that don't know how to observe his responsibility in satisfying all of your needs. Not some of them, every last one of them. I land my plane.
All right. So me personally, it's my turn to speak now. Me personally, the rap game definitely has changed the way that we address one another, how we treat each other too. You know, it shows a lot of disrespect towards yourself and others. What's up, Pops? You gonna actually come up this time, or you gonna scroll on past again? Anyways, moving right along. I see it. I see a lot of it has influenced our people in so many ways that they don't even see that they followers of people who don't even know how to respect themselves. Well, check this out. I'm at work. It's all right, everybody at work. Check this out. I'm at work too. Y'all, that's actually my pops in the comments. But yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like it not one bit. That's why I don't even play that music in my household. I don't play that music in my car. I don't even like going places and listening to stuff like that. I'm like, man, it's time to move around. If I hear women or brothers, I ain't gonna sing out women, brothers and sisters talking like that or listening to stuff like that, I'm moving around. I don't want my children listening to that, especially the ones I'm raising. You be mad at me all you want to. You can say, oh, you're judging this, that, and the third. I'm judging righteously. And you
Amen.
should do the same. We should start shutting this stuff down.
Facts.
When we see it, it should be
Facts.
shut down by us, because we the ones
Facts.
that's making it credible. We the ones that's
Facts.
saying it's okay. We teachers that at the schools, they saying it's okay, because what are they doing? The TikTok dances. They doing the songs. Parents, even the parents today, the ones that didn't want to have their children, the ones that don't want to take care of them, they are the ones that allowed their children to listen to this stuff because they listening to it too. I know young girls right now, probably about 4 or 5 years old, or a little bit younger than that, already saying the B words because they mama walking around saying it. Throwing that word out there like it's a term of endearment. Brothers out here calling each other YNs. Why you calling that young man a young nigga? But when we start talking about the scriptures, oh, you pushing that too much. Oh, that's boring. Of course it's boring, because it's something that you ain't never heard. It's something that you don't want to apply. Something that you don't want to become or learn that you actually are. But you rather be something that the influencers out here say that you are. We got old folks. I see Charleston White on these mugs doing it now. I'm just going to single out a couple of them. I ain't trying to talk about all of them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, women calling each other the B word all day, doing this stuff. This is demonic. Saying what you heard somebody else say, grown women and young. And you want to say you ain't a follower? Yes, you are. Soon as you start talking like them, that lets us know who you follow and who you listen to, or who your God is. I'm going to say it like that. Because you're acknowledging them like they are a God, because they training you. Men and women. I ain't singling out just sisters. Men and women. And to the sisters, y'all be careful who y'all follow and who y'all call y'all sisters. Because you're going to jump right in it. Whether she right or wrong, you're going to jump right in it. I don't see a lot of brothers doing that. Y'all might see it differently. I don't know. But I don't see it that way. I see a lot of times it's the women. Okay, if I'm wrong, let me be wrong then. Come up and state your case. I want to hear it. I ain't got no argument to you. I want to hear it. The people want to hear it. They can't hear your comments. They can only see them. Shalom, play. Anybody else got anything they want to say? Get off your chest? Feel free to come on up.
I want you to
The
share about
platform is
that.
called The Conversation for a reason. It's called The Conversation for a reason.
I want you to share about that. The thing that you corrected me on, brother. Because I need that.
That Grand Rising.
Yeah, I need that understanding. I need that understanding.
People are listening to other people, influencing them. And like you said, you just heard it like 2 months ago, and look what you started doing, saying Grand Rising. Never doing the research for yourself.
Facts.
Research this stuff for yourself. See where it come from. Don't just look. I ain't Pierre. I was the same way when I was saying it at first. I used to even post it, and then somebody had to correct me. I had to go and actually research for myself to see that thing is demonic. I ain't hear. I'm gonna be honest with you, Pierre. I didn't hear people start saying that until Nipsey Hussle mama came up on that. After he passed away, and she was on TV, national television, and started saying that. Then everybody ran with it, especially the black culture. So, oh, you're not supposed to say good morning because I'm not in mourning. All of a sudden, now it's demonic. But words is spelling all the time. Spells being casted, as they say. But you don't do research on Grand Rising?
Facts.
I got one coming up. Oh, it's the Queen.
And I'm so glad. I'm so glad about it that you straightened me out, brother. Pass. Man, I got a special love for you, brother. Because whoever is above, watch this. Whoever is above reproach, they are demonic. Whoever's above reproach, they are demonic because they don't want correction. They don't want to repent. Right. See, and the Most High says stay in repentance mode, so that when you're aware of that you're in error, you hurry up and get straight while you can. I land.
All praise. Hey, Queen,
Shalom, everybody. I'm on
my
lunch
favorite
break, but
teacher.
as I'm listening to y'all talking, I'm just thinking about Romans chapter 1, 28 through 32, because it talks about not only do they know that as we're plotting these things and doing these things, the outcome of it all is, of course, we know is them being unalive. But we're not only continue to do them things, but we are celebrating them things. Far as the rap game, far as we talking about Megan D and Cardi B and Sexy and Glorilla, all of them. All these people we are celebrating, but look at the lifestyle that they are portraying to live, because they probably really don't live that life. But this is the agenda that they are pushing towards us. But we know in real life, people don't really live like that. But that's how they want us to live, so we can destroy one another. But if you could read Romans chapter 1, 28 through 32, that's our community. That's how we treat one another. If we really take a look at that thing, it's sad, but it's true. But it also starts off saying that they don't know God. And because they don't know the Most High, he's going to turn them over to a reprobated mind. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing people literally living in a reprobated mind. That's why we have the teachers celebrating and getting on the TikToks with the kids instead of correcting them on the songs they listening to, the things that they are doing. We are applauding it. We are telling them it's okay. But not only that, we are joining in with them. But go ahead and read that, baby, real quick for me.
You said Romans?
Yeah, Romans chapter 1, 28 through 32. This is the one that you did when I was in Texas and you had that fire on your screen.
You always bring that up.
Yeah, baby, that's my favorite message, but you
Romans
already know
chapter
what
1?
it is. Yeah, Romans chapter 1, that's 28 through 32.
All right. And even as they did not like to retain Elohim in their knowledge, Elohim gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy. You can't say the M word, so I'm going to say, what did she say earlier? It was something, manslayer, debates, deceits, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of Elohim, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who know in the judgment of Elohim that they which commit such things are worthy of unalivement, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
And that's the very thing that we're talking about right now, the rap game. Everything that you just read off, that's what the rap game, that's what the music that we grew up listening to, whether it was Ice Cube and them, different people that we listen to, that we know, we listen to the lyrics, but at the same time, what were them lyrics doing to us? What was it creating in our community? Even now, we see it. We see the outcome of it. We see how we talk to one another, how we look at one another, how we treat one another. It comes from that music. It comes from what we are taught. And I mean, even we talk about it on Unslide. We talk about husbands and wives. The reason why we don't properly know how to honor a man and to have a peaceful marriage and a kingdom marriage, kingdom-minded, back to the original state marriage that the Most High desires for us to have, is because what we were taught. We were taught to buck up to a man and to do the things that all in them songs that they told us to do. So it's not just the rap game. It's also what the women are teaching our young women, as well as these older women that want to follow these fools. But I'm just saying, we are being taught this stuff through the music. It's very serious. And it's planting seeds. And you see them prevalently in front of you. Every day you see it. It's a sad scene when you see it, because man, come on now, we got to do better. We know better, we do better. We don't continue in that foolishness. We too grown. A lot of us too grown for that stuff, to be listening to Megan D and all that. Man, come on. You know good and hot well that you out of that mindset already. So why are we going back to them things? And if you not, you better repent. You better get it together.
Is that where they talk about they will raise up monsters in 2nd Esdras chapter 5, verse 8?
Oh, yeah. We definitely raising monsters.
There shall be confusion also in many places, and fire shall be oft sent out, and the world wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters.
Say it again. What kind of women?
Menstruous women shall bring forth monsters.
Break that down, though, baby. What's a menstruous woman?
Oh.
Come on now, break it down.
A hoe.
Listen, I did not say
The women that we are following through this music is menstruous women. The 304s, the gorillas, the sexy reds, and all them that we are celebrating and that we are saying we want to be like and want to look like and want to act like. That's the ones that are bringing forth these monsters. So we are putting that in action, what they are doing, even if it's through a song and we actually do it in real life. That's what we are bringing to the table. That's why our community is looking the way that it's looking right now. And I land my plane.
Ooh-wee. She was on fire.
I know one thing. Listen, and you got a beautiful thing there, brother. You got when the Most High said, when you find a wife, you find a beautiful thing. Boy, I got one just like that, boy. She fired up. You can't do wrong around my wife. My wife would
tell her all the time she need to come up more often.
My wife would put me in check in a minute, boy. And watch this. And she don't get loud. She said, Pierre, stop it. Stop it. And if I don't stop it, she go into prayer, right? And she put her hands together and start praying to the Most High, and won't nothing happen correct for me, man. I got to go back to her and say, baby, get it up off of me. Get it up. Get it up off of me. I apologize. I submit. She said, you submit? And I'm not talking, she said, I'm not talking about to me now. I don't want you to submit. I don't want to be in front of the Most High. I want you to submit to the Most High and bear witness that you are in error. That's all. Listen, I'm your helpmate. I'm not here to help make things more difficult for you. And you better recognize that. She started going in. I say, baby, I recognize. Listen, I humbly apologize and I thank the Most High for you. I put it in proper perspective so I can get a good result after that, if that makes any sense. I land my plane.
Sister Just Rhea, I see you came up. What up, though, Shalom?
Shalom, family. You know, I'm just a brief little small commercial break.
Come on with it.
Just to edify the body, because y'all on fire today. And don't make fun of me. He used to call me a slave. I'm a rap fan, and he called me a slave because of, you know, how rap influenced me. I used to rap, but now I sing. I'm a crooner. I'm sorry.
Who called you a slave?
You.
Wait. When? Where's the evidence?
Pastor called me a slave.
When?
Wait. You're saying that that's a statement, so we want some evidence.
No, we have.
No.
Okay, so when? When I called you a slave?
I'm joking.
I called you a slave to the rhythm?
Queen. You heard Queen, right? Just because Queen Abigail?
Yep.
Not you. I'm talking to the guy that was interjecting. I think it's 7 foot. Yeah.
I'm listening humbly.
So you heard Queen Abigail speak, right?
I did not.
So you're in error, brother. You better apologize to the sister right now while you can.
I'm sorry.
No, we ain't doing the sorry thing. Just apologize, brother.
I apologize. What I said
we're not sorry. Listen, brother, we're not sorry creatures.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we make an error, I think the sister would go with an apology more so than you being sorry. Am I right, sister?
You're right.
I was just saying that Queen Abigail spoke. She spoke some truth to us just now. It was very edifying to me. Okay. And the topic is rap. I was influenced by rap as a child, growing up, most definitely. And where I am now, I sing to the Most High. And, you know, on a live in the past, Pastor said I sound like an old slave.
I did.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for admitting it. All right.
That's the evidence. He said he didn't call you a slave.
She was singing a song, y'all.
He said you sound like.
Reminded me of an old Negro spiritual. That's all.
And that's what I came to do, to tell you, to show you or display to you how rap influenced me as a child, as a woman.
How did
but
it
the rap game and rap is different, right?
Say what now?
The rap game and rap in itself is different, no?
No, not at all. It's the same.
So when you have music or music industry, isn't it two different things?
Can I say something to that sister, if I may?
Yeah, hold on. Y'all go ahead.
You say I can say something to the sister right now?
Yes,
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead,
sure.
Pierre, please,
Yeah,
brother.
I wanted to tell you that your voice sounds so beautiful that, you know, and I'm a singer. I used to be a rapper and all of that, but and I still rap to the point where it's all positive rap. And, you know, I would like to collaborate. I like to follow you, right? And I'd like to collaborate with you, right? And do a duet with you. If this world were mine. Yeah, that one. That one. I ain't gonna do no more. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna drop the mic right there.
Just Ria has a beautiful song online. Sis,
I
have
want to
you
ask
shared
Pierre.
it?
I want to ask Pierre something.
What, Angela?
I asked her, she didn't give me a response.
She said
Did
she
she
had
hear
a
me?
beautiful
Wait, you
song.
asked me. You asked me to what?
I'd like to collaborate with you and do
How do
a
you know? You haven't even heard me
huh?
sing. You haven't heard me
I don't
sing.
care. How about that? I don't care. How about that? I don't care.
What y'all gonna
And
sing tonight?
I'm not trying to. And what's this? I'm not trying to come on to you because I'm married 38 years, so it ain't that type of energy. I'm just when you said you saying you was a rapper and you gave it up and you went to being a crooner. That right there, the Most High, I got a download. I said, boom, there she go, there she go. That's one you could, because I'm in the studio now, coming out with a song. So once I come out, I would love to collaborate. And even if you said no, I'm not going to be offended. I promise God, I ain't gonna be offended. But I'm gonna get a beautiful woman of color, Asiatic, black, on the attack to be able to do a a duet with me, an old Luther Vandross and Cheryl Lynn song, If This World Was Mine, and take it to a whole nother level. That's right, that one. And I know it's gonna go viral. I already know.
Trying
No
to
doubt in my
recreate
mind.
something that already was created? Gonna go viral?
That's right. That's right.
One
That's
second,
right.
I'm coming back, bro.
That's right.
Thanks
Why
for
don't you just
having me
do
on the panel.
your own thing? You
I'm
are
going to
your
do my own thing.
own.
Listen, I'm going to do that, brother. But you know, it's just a matter of that. That's one of my desires, brother. That's all. I got my own. I got my own stuff in the bag. I do. Trust me. But it's just a matter of I got AI. AI done got 10 songs ready for me.
AI is trash.
Well, okay. Well, it's all a matter how you use it. Opinions can be trash. Watch this. Opinions is like an asshole. Be careful where you point it and how you use it. Yeah, that one. Silence is golden. Come on.
What you mean pause, just real?
I'm just responding to the comments that's going on.
What's going
You know,
on in
I
the
just
comments?
came
What
up
was
for a brief commercial break, sounding like a slave.
the song that you did and when you were singing it? It reminded me of a Negro spiritual. I didn't say you couldn't sing. I said it sounded
I'm
like a
just a
Negro
backup
spiritual.
singer. I came to back up the queen now. Queen
Okay.
Abigail. She spoke some stuff.
Come
Oh
on,
yeah, she
sister,
did that.
Laws,
elaborate.
commandments,
Elaborate on what
judgments.
I talked about, because that's what you came up for, and I needed you to
You
let them
know,
know what
like
it is.
they talking
Let
about
them
the
know
rap
what it
game.
is. Let them
I
know.
feel like I was influenced by rap, definitely. I used to lay in my bed and write lyrics down and all of that. So, but here I am now as a grown woman, whatever the case may be. And the Most High has led me to his word. And that's how I honor the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So whether I sound like a slave or jazzy or whatever you want to say, whatever label you want to put on me, this is what I do. This is how I edify the body. I wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it go. And I got jokes too at the same time. Okay, here we go. Exodus 21:17. God spake these words when he brought us out of slavery. One, no other God before me. Two, no graven images. You bow down before you see. Three, don't use my name in vain. And four, remember my Sabbath day. 5, honor your parents. You'll stay alive. 6, don't kill. It makes no sense. 7, marriage blessing. No adultery. No fornication. No sex immorally. And
Hey,
8,
Jill Scott.
don't take what doesn't belong to you. 9, stop lying. Just tell the truth. 10, never covet your enemy or your friend. His commandments prophesied back then, and they came through our prophet Moses. I'll see him again. He came, he took the book out of the right hand of him who sits upon the heavenly throne. They all fall down before him with harps, vials full, gold smells so good to him. Stores saying prayers risen up like older psalms and hymns. Ha! My Lord is risen up like sweet older psalms and hymns. Numbers 6:22-27. The Lord spoke to Moses for you and the sons of Aaron. On this wise speak to the children of Israel and say to them, the Lord, he'll bless you, he'll keep you well, Lord make his face shine upon thee, he'll give you grace, his countenance it'll give you peace. Now 27, and he'll write his name upon thee, your Jacob seed, and I am the big I am, will bless thee, and you'll succeed. Number 6:22-27. Now proceed. That's my little commercial break. Shalom.
Okay, Jill Scott.
That was beautiful, sis.
With
Appreciate you.
little bit of what's her name? I ain't gonna say it because she don't like when I say she sound like a Negro spiritual. But it reminds me of Jill Scott. But did anybody want to elaborate on what Queen just said earlier? Anybody? Sister Adele, Pierre, because if y'all not, I'm fin to. I give y'all time to
Yeah,
speak.
like I said, I don't care. I know the Most High put me in flavor where I don't care. I want that duo. I want that duet.
You want to do that with Just Real?
Yes, for real. I think it'll bust. I think it'll bust the algorithm up or the internet. I believe it'll tear the internet up. Yes, sir. Cause especially when she was doing that. Why is it? Especially when she was doing that. I said that girl got it, boy. She up there. Feeling that note. She's like, That old school right there, boy. Yes, sir.
She gonna be on YouTube.
All right.
All y'all songs and stuff that y'all singing, y'all voices will be heard on another platform.
So you want us to talk about Romans 1?
Sojourner Truth? Okay. You say what?
You want us to talk about what sis brought out?
Yes, Romans chapter 1, verses 28-32.
I mean, this world is wicked, you know. they're honoring other gods. They're not honoring the Most High, Yahweh. So
I'll make sure and look from where you're inserted. I don't know if I want to be there.
there's going to be
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I want to be there that early.
a lot
I
of
was thinking 11,
strife.
but
There's going to be a lot of quarreling, deception,
and we don't have to
malicious
talk about
behavior,
it, right?
gossip. I deal with that in my congregation. You know, we're in the truth, but still there's still gossiping going on. I had a whole women's group that I thought we were in the truth, and I dismantled it. I was like, I'm walking away from this, and I blocked
Yeah.
some people, and I don't have only time I have communication is when, you know, we're doing our Bible studies and Sabbath worship service, you know, because of the gossip and all that. How are we bringing this into, you know, the truth? I was like, we might as well be in the world, or we might as well be, you know, Christians. So it's still people they don't have the heart of Yah. And that is what I'm seeing even for people that are in the truth. So that's my little spiel on my thoughts.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Go with what's. Well, I see it as exactly what my queen just said not too long ago. Is that is the problem? Is we can't see that we are unaliving one another, that we're following to stuff that's going to tear down a whole household. It's going to tear down a nation of people. And the problem is we don't want to see it. That's true. We don't want to see it, even when we do. We don't want someone else to be right. We don't want somebody like myself, somebody like Queen, somebody like Pierre, somebody like Adir, somebody like Judge Rhea, even those that are in the comments, to be right when it comes to certain things that we got to cut off. Certain people we listen to, we allow our sons and daughters to listen to. We don't want to go back to, and I'm going to say it like Borte say, we don't want to go back to doing it God's way. We don't want to go back to man's original state before our mind was clouded.
Now, when you see it, are you supposed to correct it? Yes or no?
Yeah, you're supposed to correct it. Right then and there. You ain't supposed to be what Unc call us jellybacks and spineless creatures. Or a simp, as they say. You got to bring the correction. We got to bring the correction. We the ones that put it out there. We the ones that's going to have to correct it.
Even like you said a minute ago with the young people, as you see the young men speaking about themselves as YNs, you let them know who they really are.
Right. You
break it down to them right then and there. You don't let that foolishness go on. You let them know that it's not okay to call yourself that you are somebody. You tell them who they are. And I do it with the young women all the time.
I was about to say, that's what the
Get to seeing them calling themselves bees. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't on that type of time. I let them know who they are in the Most High.
How do you explain that to a young baby? Like, let's say Head Start or first grade, second graders. How do you explain that to them when they are influenced at home?
Far as what? The cussing? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, as far as the cussing, as far as how they
talk. I don't tolerate it in my class. Yes, they try to bring it in there, from their parents and different ones they've learned it, but I shut it down. And what I do, I give them words that they can replace it with, positive words, instead of saying bees or whatnot, because they in there saying all that and more, y'all. They watching all the shows that we watch as adults, but they watching as kids. I give them positive words to fill in with that.
Gotcha.
A lot of them I pray with them or teach them how to pray and whatnot. But yeah, I run my room differently, baby. You know me.
Oh yeah.
Whether they babies, whether they teenagers, whether they grown, I'ma check them. I'ma let them know what, hey, it ain't going on around me. It ain't finna go down. But that's how we need to be. We need to start correcting this stuff instead of like we just read in Romans. If you not correcting it, you applauding it. You saying it's cool when we know it ain't cool. But until we change it, I mean, each one teach one. That's why I constantly put that in the comments when I'm on your live, when I'm on Unc's live. We teaching one another. We know better. We do better. We can't stay in the same mindset and do things like we used to do. As we're learning, we also have the responsibility to apply it and take accountability.
So you saying we should speak up all the time?
Man, we need to speak up all the time. We need to speak up more. We turn a deaf ear to it, a blind eye to it. I've seen it on many occasions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see it all the time, many occasions.
Mm-hmm.
At this swimming pool.
Right. Even the situation with the pool. You talking about how they was trying to get with the boys and little young things and some old stuff. But you let our sons know.
Young lady saying that she liked
we
to be
not
clapped.
doing that.
Young lady says she liked to be clapped. Just and where that come from? Where that clap come from?
What?
Right. I don't mean no harm. I
What?
would have stopped it right then and there. What do clap mean? Listen to what you saying. You see what I'm saying? That I'm glad I went at that pool, because baby, I would have broke it down. But I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, we can't do that. Not today. No. We ain't doing that no more.
And a lot of these young girls, they don't know what they saying.
That cares.
They don't know what they saying. They just copying. Man, I'm telling you what.
That's what I was saying earlier.
What they saying on these songs and who they following.
We used to call claps right.
Nope, right.
The claps. You got the claps.
Come on.
Now today, claps mean something else. Come up, Redmond, if you can.
But even with him putting that in there, we got to remember though. Like Sexy Red, she got that song where all them STDs, it's cool to have them. They got their lip gloss named after STDs. Man, don't get me started. They are glorifying this stuff, y'all. It's crazy. We look at it as it's a shame, like, oh no, I would never, like, when it comes to STDs. They are glorifying this stuff. They think that it's cool to sleep with all these boys and vice versa, all these women to men. They think that it's cool. That's why we got to shut it down right when we see it. We can't let this stuff linger on and continue on. We have to use our voice.
We can't be,
They say
we can't be
it's-
scared to speak up.
They say it's the end. It's the end thing. It's the end thing.
We can't be like our parents were and just turn a blind eye to it. You know, our parents, they allowed us to do so much stuff. You know, just because, you're going to eventually do it when you get older, or you're eventually going to say it when you go to, no, we got to shut that down now. We can't turn a blind eye to it no more. We are the generation that's going to impact another generation in the positive way. Because we know how the enemy work. I don't want to get an enemy power, but we know how the enemy work. You got to get to the youth to get to the next generation.
Right. You remember that young man that came on your platform that one Sabbath. Yeah, he came on, and talking about how the one young girl didn't know who the child father. But how can that possibly?
And she in middle school. Come on now.
Yeah.
This baby is in middle school talking like this.
Exactly.
Talking about she didn't know who the daddy was. Man, you come on. He was speaking truth though. This is what they going through now.
It's really sad. It's really sad.
But we the only ones that's gonna be able to shut it down, y'all, for real.
I'm about to say, we don't say nothing. It's continue on. It's gonna continue on.
Gonna be able to shut it down. Because other nations and other generations, they not trying to shut it down.
They ain't gonna shut it down.
Their children, they're allowing their children to even do the things that ours are doing. We the blueprint.
Right.
We either the blueprint to the Most High or we the blueprint to the devil.
And we're going to be held accountable. Watch this. And we're going to be held accountable.
That part. Come on.
Because watch this. When you know better, you're supposed to do better. So if you know better, my mother used to tell me when I was a young boy, she said, 2 wrongs don't even make it right. It don't even make it even. Watch this. It don't even make it even, because when you know better and you don't do better, you're worse than the person that didn't know better. Yeah, that one.
But that means that a lot of people must don't know better, Pierre. With that analogy
That's
that you just
right.
get, I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is I agree with you. A lot of people don't know that they're doing wrong. So how they gonna do better?
Because they've been conditioned, and if you're not one of the chosen ones to be able to be woken and wake up and not be above reproach, you're doomed. Straight up. If you ain't got the integrity within your own spirit and the fortitude within your spirit to being corrected, you are doomed, brother. Right there. That's a reprobated mind state. I land my plane.
Well, these ones nowadays, when if you ain't got no money, you can't bring them no correction. If you're not an influencer or really known like that, got the followers, as they say nowadays, then they ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say. You ain't popular enough to be heard, to be respected, or even listened to. And I land my plane. Hey, Nelly Bo.
Shalom, brother. Like I was saying in comments, if we don't change, the next generation will grow up listening to the same thing we listened to when we was growing up. Trash. But if we don't nip it, we think our kids, grandkids, and great grandkids, and they kids gonna do after if we don't nip it. Because I would think it's cool, just like the gay community. They think it's cool for men to be with men, women to be with women.
We love
That's
the
about
TikTok shop. We got to say alphabet. Say alphabet community.
Entertainment
They
purpose,
call it they
F1. F1,
Nelly
they
Bo.
call
F1.
it
Nelly Bo,
they
say,
call it a mod.
hold on, Pierre. Hold on, Pierre. Nelly Bo,
Okay.
say alphabet community or broke risk
Yeah,
community.
alphabet. Sorry, I meant to say alphabet, LMNOP. Yeah, we need to nip that because we need to change. If we don't change ourselves, the next community, the next generation will grow up the same way.
Right.
What father would not want his son to do better than he has done? That's
Yeah,
scripture.
but
That's scripture right there. So if you're a father and you're in position to do better than your father has done, I would implore you to hurry up and get to the panel and try to make a decision that you're gonna change your evil ways, because your evil ways is allowing those evils to exist. Facts. Facts. But like the sister said, if you're not against it, you collaborating with it. And the
yeah,
mere fact that the parents don't want to chastise the parents are so busy trying to be the kid's friend
two wrongs
instead of
don't
being
make a right.
the kid's
Two wrongs do not make a
parent.
right. Two wrongs do not make a right.
Facts. It
Rights
makes
make
it
left.
worse. It makes it worse. It makes it totally worse. And you will be held accountable for making it worse.
What if they don't see
Believe that.
themselves as doing anything wrong, like they said today? What if they don't see themselves as doing anything wrong?
Yeah, see us doing anything wrong. They don't think they need to be held accountable. It has consequences. That's consequences. And I land my plane. Every action has consequences. And I land my plane.
We got quiet up here.
Like what the
Can you all hear me? Okay, Sis Lovely said there wasn't any sound, so I was just making sure. But Pass is back.
You know what? That is the biggest problem right there is when these parents don't want to be held accountable for their child's behavior. What do we do about that?
When parents don't want to be held accountable for their child's behavior,
Yes.
what do we do about that?
You hold their ass accountable anyway. That ain't a hard fix. Yeah, that one. You hold their ass accountable anyway.
You get other parents.
You
I
know, right
want
now they have a law, and
Every
I don't know if
action
it's been active or not.
has consequences, sis. They need to be held
Yes.
accountable.
So now they got a law
Facts.
now when the child acts up to be holding the parents accountable for their child's behavior. I think that just came in effect.
And you know what that was? Watch this. What it was they let him get away so long. It was a mechanism that they because at one time they told the parents when they took the Bible out of the school and then right behind that then they told the parents that they couldn't beat their kids and the kids was calling cops on their parents, this, that, and the other. So they had a cycle that was going in effect that now it's at full bloom. Now they see the kids going totally out of control. Well, now they go hold the parents accountable for them being out of control when they restricted them from the corporate punishment. And the corporate punishment is to be able to whip them, to be able to not whip them to the point where you abuse them, but there's more ways than just whipping them. You can take the phone away from them. You can restrict them. There's certain psychological ways that you can deal with a child at an early age before he gets into those influences in school. Because once he gets to school and you release your hand and your hand is no longer connected to his hand, and then when he's in that school and the demonic forces that's in that school, they got so many different distractions coming at that child, especially from the teacher. The teacher is watching it going on, and the teacher's not making the correction in the classroom. The teachers are watching the kids getting bullied, and they're not doing nothing about it.
Because we're not allowing us to do anything about it.
Right, but my sister, my sister, what she does is she has a little microphone that a little camera that she puts on her son's lapel, and she said if you remove that camera when you get home, I'm gonna whip your ass. And she put the fear at him at an early age to let him know, listen, and don't tell nobody that you got this camera on you. That's between me and you. So every now and then she'll tap in to see just what he's going through, who is he like at lunchtime when he's at lunch. She'll turn on the camera and she'll just see what's going on. And she has a personal view of what he's going through. And I thought that was ingenious. I said, sis, if that's the first wave of offense, first wave of defense, then I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Then the next wave of defense is to pull your child out of school and certify yourself where you can house school your child. That's the next wave right there. To house school them. Stop sending them to that school. Matter of fact, you can Google Dick Gregory about schools.
But the
He
schools
says schools is the most inhumane thing to send your child to.
the schools is part of the problem, but they're not the ones. They're not the ones that's raising these children to do what they do. It's starting at home and they're bringing it to the school, and now they cool with it. They cool with it to where I'm gonna just say it like this. I ain't even gonna say they cool with it. They scared of these children. They scared of them.
Administration is that is so true.
Even the parents.
The administration is scared of the parents, and nobody's scared of the kids. Everybody's scared of the kids. Everybody's scared of the kids because number one, we are not allowed to discipline children.
Facts.
We are not allowed to put our hands on kids. So I don't know
Facts.
why parents assume that we supposed to discipline their kids when we're not even allowed to discipline their kids. So to say that we don't do anything is because we're not allowed to do certain things.
No, watch this, sis. And being a teacher, I was psychology major in college. It ain't a matter of you not allowing them. It's a matter of, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying most teachers, they'll let it go on where they won't even try to do anything to curtail it. You know what I'm saying? If you see a
They
kid
tell
getting
us
bullied,
not to do it. It's
okay, well then
administration that tell us not to do it.
well, I wouldn't work for administration that does that.
Every
I would
administration
not.
is over every school.
Right. I wouldn't.
School ain't
I
ran
would.
by a teacher. A teacher doesn't run the school. It's ran
Right.
by a principal and a board of education.
Well,
So
I wouldn't be
that
a part
stuff,
of it. I
well, then
wouldn't be
you
a
won't
part
have
of
a
it.
school at all because that's who runs the school.
Right. Well, they need
Teachers
they
don't
need a
run the
homes.
school. We work for something. We work for a principal,
Right.
and the principal works for the board of education.
Okay. Well, now if I work for a institution that I know that they was demonically taking my child out, I would not work for that school. Period. Ain't no lightweight about that. If I know that institution is unalive or having something to do with my child being unalive, what?
How does they
I'm so
unalive children? How do they unalive children?
as soon as the child leaves the school, ma'am. As soon as the child leaves the school, they get
Whoa.
beat up.
Slow
They
down, slow
get.
down, slow down. Don't raise your voice. I'm just talking normal.
I land my plane, sis.
I'm trying to figure out how is the children getting unalive? And now in school, like we know it ain't us that's unaliving children in school. But once a child leaves that campus, we are not responsible for that child unless they're on a school bus.
Okay.
As far as God being in the schools, when was God in the schools? Because I
Ain't
don't
been in a
recall it
long
ever.
time.
Because I'm 45 years old and I never seen God in school.
Well, I'm 68. I seen him in school. I
Well,
seen him
that
in
was a
there.
way long time ago. Because
Yeah.
when I
Every
was
bit
growing up,
20 years
God
past
was
you.
not in school.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
You was
55 and I
right.
get
You was on the hit list. You was on the hit list.
I'm 55 and the teachers paddled us, the principal and all that. So I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yes, I do remember.
But
That
they
was my time.
So I do remember that, but yeah, I vaguely remember. I can't remember when they took out the Pledge of Allegiance and all that stuff.
That one right there. There
We
you go,
still say the
sis.
Pledge of Allegiance in school. Who said
Do
they
they
don't?
still? They
We still
still
do it.
do. I thought they took it
Yeah.
out, or they
No,
took
they still
something
say
out
it because we say it every morning.
They took out the
Okay.
prayer. They took out the prayer in school.
Yeah, you can't.
Is
They
that
won't
what they
allow us to do
did?
that.
Okay.
They took out the
Okay.
prayer, sis.
Yes, they took
Is it
that out
when
because
because there's
they?
too many different religions, and a lot of
right, that
parents
one.
a lot of parents disagree with us
That's a fact.
praying for this. So you can't say it's the school; it's the parents who are stopping us from doing this
For
stuff.
sure. For sure. For sure.
And it's because of the different religions.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I
So
remember. I
it's a
know they
con-
took
it,
something. I know they took something out, but I couldn't remember because I don't have any children, and I don't go visit up there with my nieces or anything like that. I haven't been to a school in a long time, not even to a pickup drop off. But I knew they took something out, but they took out the prayer part. Okay, thanks for explaining.
Yes, they
And
it's
that's the problem.
yep,
for
it
sure.
is.
Well, that's one. Watch this. That's one of the problems because it's so dynamic that it ain't just one thing that's going on. It ain't just one thing. Just like the sister said, the establishment is not letting the teachers do what they could do if they was allowed to in that immediate situation. They're telling teachers, "Don't you do that. Leave that thing alone. Let it grow." For lack of better words. And I get it. I get it.
And even I know, and I had transition. Okay, so now I'm in North Carolina. There's a big difference between North Carolina and raising my child in Alabama. Alabama they don't have that law where you can't spank your kids in school. You'll find out there's a big difference between the students in Alabama versus North Carolina, where they had that law that took effect where you can't spank your kids. You have to, in Alabama, you have to give them a letter stating that you don't want them to discipline your kids, because it's allowed. And them kids act totally different because they know their parents can come in at school and tear their behind up in school.
Mm-hmm.
And teachers will not say nothing. And the cops won't say nothing either.
But in most of the cities is where you find they restrict in the city areas.
Yes.
Like New York, you got 5 boroughs. You got so many different cultures going up in there that those distractions are so dynamic that, man, good God Almighty, I feel sorry for a parent that has to send their child to school up in New York. Good God
I think
Almighty.
it's all up the East Coast. It's the whole East
Hey,
Coast.
Sister Lovely.
Well, West Coast too. West Coast too. Because you
Oh,
ain't
they
gonna
do
do
this.
that up in.
They block it from West Coast as well.
Oh yes, God. What are you talking about? All of the cities, all of the major cities,
And I guess the
Philadelphia.
down south over there in the what do you call it? The central. That's where
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't taken effect yet. Then, because I definitely know in Alabama, you can paddle your kids and you can go to your kids' school and paddle them.
Now they ain't allowing that out
And
here.
in private schools, they allowed you to paddle them too. And
Yeah, private
private
schools you
schools,
get. Yep.
yep, they allow you to paddle them.
Okay, so may I say something, please? And then I'm gonna
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. I hope all is well. I just hear you guys talking. You know what? I heard. I think someone was saying that the schools. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I'm cutting my plant that's dying. I'm sorry. Okay, when it comes to discipline, you see, in our home, my husband and I always believe that everything starts from within a home. It's how you teach your children, how you raise them, where how you discipline them also, right? You discipline them with love, you discipline them, teaching them right from wrong and so forth, right? When a child goes to school, and that child get caught up, whether good and bad, I do believe parents need to get involved and take accountability. Also, you need to find out what's going on. For me, like I always, whenever my child or my 2 sons, maybe let's say I get a phone call from school, hey, your son, had a little argument with someone, you need to have a talk with him. You know what I do? I go, no, I don't need to have a talk. Set up a meeting, because let's bring both of the child there and let's talk about it. Here's the reason why I'm saying this. I remember my son, before he went in grade 9, he was in grade 8. And this principal called me and said, your son misbehaved in the school bus. And I'm like, misbehave? Like how? He was, saying words to other kids. I go, you sure? She said, yes, this is a warning. Just, the school bus driver didn't see anything, but the kids came and say, my son was, saying words to them. So I thought about that. Can you imagine if I would have believed that principal? I would have disciplined, yell at my son, and accuse him. So I sat and I said, that's not my boy. That's not my bumblebee. My bumblebee know better. So I said, you know what? Let me wait for him to get home. So when he got home, I said, let's talk. The principal called me and this is what she's saying. So can you tell me your side? He said, Ma, no. Ma, the boy was bothering me. I was sitting there, minding my own business, Ma. And then he keep coming next to me and pushing me with his arm. I said, okay. And I said, hon, okay, let's see what happens tomorrow. Sit on another side of the bus, right? Within 2 days, guess what? I got another phone call. Oh, your son was caught in the lining up. A couple of kids came and said that he shoved a little girl and he shoved a little boy. I go, really? I said, that's not my bumblebee. So I wait for Shane to come home and I asked Shane, what happened? He said, Mommy, a brother and a sister was fighting and I went to help part it. I did not push no one. I said, wow. And I said, that the principal called and said exactly what I'm going to say to you. She said, other kids came and the parents came in and said, oh, there's, talk to that boy over there. He pushed my daughter and whatnot. Do you know I took the time off and I went straight to the school with my son to meet with the principal. I said, I need to see the principal. She's busy. No, I said, this is a matter that I need to take care of right now. But I was very respectful, right? Because remember, she's hearing what the parents and the children are saying, right? So what she's going to believe, whatever. So I sat with her and I said, I would like my son to tell you exactly what happened. So my son said, speak, Shane. Don't be afraid. Mommy is here. Don't be afraid to speak truth. Tell her what exactly happened. And he did. And she was like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to talk to the parent and talk to the children. I looked at her. So you're going to talk to the parents after you come and accuse my son? I said, listen here. The next time you need to bring parents and children together so you can hear from all sides, not only hear one-sided. I go, my son is raised in a respectful home by both mom and father. He does not come from a single home, because I know in the community that I live, it's hardly any people's skin color like mine. Even though he's brown skin, doesn't mean he's raised in any other way that the world judges, right? And she just sat there looking at me. I said, no, this child comes from a very respectful home. So you're going to treat him respectful. If he does something wrong, you call me and let me know, and I will come and deal with it, right? And that was it, right? Because let me tell you, you have to know, a lot of time parents don't know their own children because they don't raise the children the way they're supposed to raise. They don't communicate with the children. They don't sit down and spend time with the children. Let's be real. Not all parents I'm saying you have some like that, right? So saying this is that everything starts from within a home, right? And the school system, we shouldn't rely on the school system to really, teach our children or discipline our children, because remember, the system is deceitful anyway. But I always believe, and up to this day, when my children walk out this home, I pray with them. My husband and we pray with them. And we always say, remember, do good and not wrong. Remember, keep your eyes fixed on the Most High. Remember, if anyone trouble you, if they don't touch you, you don't need to fight back. But if they call you names and all these things, whatever, you need to come talk to daddy about it. That's how we do things in our home. And I remember, listen, God is so good, My big son went my little son, when he went in grade 9, there was some slur word, some racism word written in the classroom. Look how the principal of that school was so concerned. They called me right away, apologizing. Oh, do you think he need help? Oh, do you think I said, no, my boys understand these things. They're good, but I'm so happy that you called me to advise me what happened. So I truly believe that when you're serving the Almighty Creator, He's there to help you through the way. I'm not saying that everything's going to be perfect. Like my son, I experienced stuff, but it's the way you act and react, right, with these people. You know what I mean? So I just want to say everything stems from the home. We need to discipline our children when they do wrong. Don't joke about it. Like, even one time, I remember a couple of years ago, my son didn't listen to me, and, he went out and, with the group that he's with. And I threatened him. I said, listen, next time you disobey me, you're not only disobeying me, you're disobeying the Father. You want him to bless you? You want him to open doors for you? I'm going to remove you off of all my documentation. Everything that I own and have will go to charity if you don't behave your damn self. Trust me, I talk some ways with my son. Sometimes I dread up my big one against the wall. Oh, I thought I just heard you kind of raise your voice on me. Did you? No, ma, I didn't. Listen, man, I'm telling you, because the words are given to us by the Almighty, how we should raise these children. I have 2 grown daughters. Everything that I taught them, exactly what they're doing regarding their children. We can't joke around when it comes to these disciplining. We cannot. right? Joking, no, we have to put joking around. You should know your child, just like how I said, I know my child. I know when my sons are telling lies. I know if they make a mistake. It's like, it's just me as a mom, because I know them. And you come tell me, oh, your son used the F word. I'm going to look at you. I'm like, nah, let's check with him. Let me see what he to say, right? Because my kids know if they know they can't tell lie in front of mommy and daddy, right? They have to be honest, right? Because they know there's a discipline. Phone get taken away, TV show get taken away, going out with their aunts, their sister get taken away, things like that we do, right? So everything starts from home. I'm sorry, I talk too much.
So like, yeah, I have a question for Emily. You said principals use slur words too. I agree. You said principals was using a lot of slur words. I agree, but there are teachers that they use slur words towards their students too. Like where I'm at right now, there was this one teacher at Bancroft Middle School. He I guess the student was doing something he was supposed to be doing, but he had cussed his student out really loud. The whole school heard it and went straight to the streets, and the parents called and had him fired. Yeah, he was a white teen man teaching. I think it was history or something. I don't remember. But what's your take on teachers cussing their students out in front of the whole classroom?
Unacceptable.
Not acceptable. It's not acceptable. I gotta tell you why. Sorry.
If he gets fired, he got fired for the right reason. He should.
Yeah, unacceptable.
You can't be talking that way to kids.
You shouldn't be cussing.
And you shouldn't even cuss them. And you shouldn't even cuss them in private.
Yeah.
There should be no cuss words coming out your mouth.
Yeah. So
you should exemplify the right way of having a discussion and the right way of communicating facts.
So when you get hired, right? There is guidelines that you are signing when you get hired, all those rules and whatnot, right? So no, things like that you don't tolerate, and that's what I'm saying. Like for me, right? Remember this gay thing that they bring into the school, right?
That would say alphabet community. You can't say that.
Okay. F1.
We got a TikTok shop. Y'all put some fruits in the chat.
Yeah. I forgot. F1. Let me say the G, right? The G. Remember when they brought the G in the school? I got this letter that, the children need to participate, right? So what we did as a parent, we said, no, you guys ain't going to participate in that because we ain't going to compromise, right? So I wrote a professional letter. I wrote a letter, let them know that, with no disrespect to that community, however, you have to respect my home, right? So I said, no, my boys are not going to participate in that. And my daughter did that for my granddaughter as well, right? I told her what letter to write and send it in. And the response I get, well, if they're not going to participate, they're going to have to leave school for that period. I said, that's no problem. I will gladly come pick them up, right? So we have to build a communication, because I remember when my son starts school, I make myself available to go talk to meet the teachers. And I'm a person, let me tell you, I go, I meet them, I introduce myself. Hey, this is this is the boy, Mom, Miss Lovely, nice to meet you. I would like your support because we're here for him to learn, math and English and science and whatever, right? And, I'm there as parents to support him. If you need any help regarding my son or he's not getting the grades or whatnot, I need you to reach out to me because I'm willing to work with you to help him to become better in his grade. So I am the mother that does those things. Okay, you know why I do that? My sister and brothers, why I participate in these communication with these white teachers is because our world and school system is being deceived from generation to generation. Because if I'm paying my tax for my children to go get this education, English, science, whatever, history, right? That's what they're there for. And if you get hired as a teacher to provide that service to my child, then let it be. you know. And I remember one time also, something just I was thinking about something just now, my mind just brought past it. So but like I'm saying, Nelly Bo, that we need, that's what I'm saying, we need to participate, communication, keep communication open with our children and open with these teachers, because remember, when they leave your home from that morning till afternoon, they're in that school system, right? And when you pray for that child will be covered, right? And I know that for a fact, if you're sincere, right? So you got to teach these children, right? You got to make sure they don't get involved in certain subjects. Like my husband will tell my son, hey, come here. You see those history they're telling you about Columbus and Columbus there and Columbus that? That's not true. And one time, my little boy, the teacher was saying something about history, and my son raised his hand and said, no, that is not true. That is false info. I said, how did you respond? He said, Ma, I let her know that there is a true God, and that's not what happened. But but it's what we teaching them, because we know history is not history that they're teaching the children in school, right? So that's what I'm saying. The communication with your sons and daughters, guys, is so important. Is so important. We must know how they're feeling. We must know what they're going through. We must support them and open communication. Sometimes I'll be sitting on my sofa and say, hey, come here, big baby. You okay? You want to eat? Because I know they love to eat food all the time. I go, what you want to eat? Is everything good? Are you doing your schoolwork? Do you need help? Let me see what you're doing. Those kind of stuff. And my husband, just last night, he spent an hour with them before they went to bed, talking about the Almighty Creator, right? So wholesome, everybody, everything starts from the home. I know when they go out there, but listen, I truly believe that when you have the Almighty Creator in the center above your home, and you pray and honor Him, He will protect you and your household. I don't care when you go out there what's going on with the system. I don't care what's going on out there in the world. If I say I serve the true Almighty Creator and I believe Him, then I must bow and go and bend the knees for me and my family. That's all I'm saying.
All praises. Anybody else have anything they want to say? Well, anyway, that's why I teach my children. I teach mine at home. I've always done that. I taught my sons how to read. I've even helped our daughter as well with all the educational things that she's needed here at home. So when she gets to the school, or they get to the school, they already know what's up. I even teach them history here before they get there. True history, not the lies that they be teaching. I teach them real history. I'm a father that actually cares. I had to make changes for the sake of my children. And as they say, break the generational curses. Because I wasn't raised the way that I'm raising mine today. And others as well. I'm not even raising them. I'm training them. I'm
gonna be
training them.
honest. I'm gonna be honest, brother. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. And I hate to say this, but it's true. I think my generation started slacking because we were taught by the boomers. Mm-hmm. And I think we were trained, we were raised well.
Right.
We were raised well. But I think a lot of us have gone back and haven't extended that learning environment for our children. Like we didn't carry it on. We became relaxed, and some of us did not raise our children the way our parents raised us. And it's because it's not always because of the parents itself. It's because society has blocked us from doing certain things with our kids. And I'm not going to use that just for this an excuse, but think about it now. Think about how it was back then and how it is now. You can't do certain things in the street, but people call the cops on you. People call the cops on you. The kids get away with so much these days because there's so many things that's targeting parents who are strict and disciplining their children. And the parents these days, they've got to the point where they're not like their parents. They're not raising the kids like their parents. And I have noticed that, like my children are very different, because I actually raised my children, and I didn't have problems like most teachers had problems. I didn't have much problems with them in school or anything like that. But I noticed that a lot of children, I'll put it like this, our children now are probably 20s, or I want to say about 20, 25, probably even 30, they're in their 20s, put it like that. These are the ones that you notice are around here. They're not the same. They're not like us. They are totally different kids compared to when we were in our 20s. And we were their parents. So I can tell the difference between the generations and how the kids have behaved. It's totally different.
Well, I would say, to piggyback off of what you're saying, is even from our generation, we were raised in a way where it's like we were raised to be grown at an early age without the actual certain things. Like we were already learning how to be a parent in certain ways when it came to our little brothers, little sisters, little cousins, neighbors, them's children, all of that. We knew what to do because our parents told us exactly. And we ain't had the capacity of what they have today. Like we don't care. We actually cared back then.
Yep.
And that's why I said we the generation to make that change. Because our parents couldn't do it for us. And these children nowadays, some of the parents out here ain't doing it for them. So us now that's actually talking about it and being about it, we're going to have to be that change. And I'm not trying to be like Michael Jackson, make that change, man in the mirror. But yeah, we definitely got to be that change.
And to piggyback, watch this, to piggyback off what you just said, brother, like I first started saying, we worrying about what's happening across the water instead of what's happening right in our family. And we're so concentrated on, I know this scripture, I know that scripture, I know this scripture. You so smart in the scripture, you're actually stupid because you're going way, you're not applying the scripture. Yeah, that one. They know all of the scripture. They know how to battle, because the Most High said, do not argue about this word. And what they doing on the scripture? They chopping each other up like they, if you don't know, you will be put on blast that you don't know. Instead of somebody trying to share with you and teach you, hold up, brother, you're incorrect. Let me share with you on how you're incorrect and how I can get you back on track on the real deal of what you're trying to convey. Right, because you got pretty much of it, but you don't have all of it. Let me give you that other extra that when you leave me, you'll have the total package. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And with us not practicing that love with the word is supposed to be shared with love, not with daggers. I mean, they say the double-edged sword, but that double-edged sword is like, don't teach something that you ain't gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Do as I say, don't do as I do. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Especially with this young generation, they look at you like you're a damn fool.
Yeah.
They say, you talk about thus saith the Lord, and you doing thus saith the devil. How that work, Dad?
Bars.
And then now Dad will get upset because now he done stopped you in your tracks. And what it say, out of the word of the Most High, he said, out of a babe's mouth, you're going to hear the truth of the true and living God. Now, if you ain't got an ear to hear, you ain't trying to hear that little boy. You about to tell that boy, man, you better shut up or I'll whip your hind parts. Instead of, you know what, son? You're right. Let's look at this word together. And you know what, son? I thank you for straightening out your dad. That one right there, man, where you can give that son the encouragement of knowing that you can come to me, son. You can come to me. You can straighten me out. But you got to be straight now. Don't come to me with no foolishness, because I'm still your daddy. I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I'm not your peer. I'm your daddy. Now, if friendship happens behind me being your daddy, fine. But other than that, this ain't no democratic thing. Nah, this ain't no democratic thing. But it can be if you come to me correct. Just like the Most High. He's so magnificent. The Most High said, if you turn from your evil ways and you turn your face and you seek my face, you turn towards the Most High and he'll run towards you. And what he say? Once you pay attention to my rules, my regulations, my commandments, the 5 books, the Torah, and you get yourself in line with me, guess what? Now the Most High will start serving you. He'll start giving you all of the desires of your heart. That's what he promised you. Facts. So now once you line up with the Father, Yeshua HaMashiach said nobody gets to the Father but through me, right? Okay, once I get through him and I'm getting to the Father, now I can boldly come to the throne and remind the Father what he promised me. Father, you promised me success. You promised me the victory. Share that with me. Show me how to go. And then when you humble yourself in the spirit, stay in your prayer, stay in your fasting, stay keeping the Shabbat, stay with eating the right foods, now you're cleansing the temple so that the temple is now on remote control. I'll land my plane.
All praises. Hey, Shalom, Miracle. I see you just came up.
Shalom, shalom. How are you? How's everybody
Pretty good.
doing?
You know, can't complain.
Yeah.
Did
So
you want to
what's
address
the
anything,
topic?
Sister Miracle?
What's the topic?
Has the rap game changed the way we speak and address one another?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a late 80s baby, so I grew up like seeing people like battle rap, but it didn't result into violence. It actually resulted into something powerful. But today, like the rap game, a lot of rappers, they just speak poison into our children. A lot of the rap lyrics, you can't even repeat it. You don't even know what they're talking about.
Because they're
But
demonic. They're demonic.
right, exactly. But yeah, my mother, she was a baby boomer, and she raised me to like not really she raised me a lot different than how she was raised. I still was raised with morals. My mom, like both of my parents in the house or whatnot. But I don't know. I definitely resonated with a lot of people up here when it comes to back in the days versus today. It's a whole lot different in how we are, allowed to raise our children. So I think that as a parent, you should be able to raise them how you please, as long as you're doing it biblically, as long as it's not like abusive. But kids need outlets. They need spaces where they can go do something constructive, constructively, without it spilling into poison again. They need places where they can play and do things, because you have an idle mind, you're gonna get lost in a whole lot of stuff that's not meant for you.
I think a lot of the time, just to piggyback on what you're saying, and I agree. Yes, they need those spaces, they need that, but they need training. Not necessarily
Absolutely.
just the raising part. They need training. Parents need to be around all the time.
Yes.
A teacher needs to be around all the time, so they can correct those things that they don't know nothing about.
Absolutely.
If they don't have correction, then they're just going to do what? Get misdirected. As my wife say all the time, if we don't stand for something, then we'll fall for anything.
Absolutely.
And that's what our children do. They're just going to fall for anything and anyone who comes in their pathway, because there's nobody there to actually protect them.
Mm-hmm.
What about that other saying, brother? A hard head make a soft ass.
You know what? You got all the old school sayings today.
My grandma
I
used to
guess
tell
I
my
was
my my
mine was
grandma.
soft all the time because I stayed getting in trouble when I was young. Now I'm trying to keep folks out of trouble. I'm the one
My
that's keeping the young bucks out of trouble now.
my grandmama was 115 years old, G, and my grandma, she was straight up Indian, Cherokee Indian, and she would tell you, she give you that "I wish you would" look. She wouldn't even tell you. She give you that "I wish you would" look, and if you didn't catch the look, the next thing you caught a backhand, or you caught a bat, or you caught whatever she put in her hand. She get something in her hand, and she'd go right at you. And she said her favorite saying was, "I got more I got more sense by accident than you got on purpose." And she would tell you, she said, "If I tell you it's true, you better just take it to the bank. Because if you try to test me on it, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna go to you." I said, "Whoa, okay, grandma." And she wasn't bigger than a minute. That girl wasn't bigger than a minute, but she had the spirit of God like David had the spirit. She said, "I don't care how big you are. The bigger you are, the harder they fall." And she go right to you. She grabbed whatever she could. So I done told you, and then start giving you a lecture while she beating you. "I told you that I said do this, I did." Every hit, you got about 2 or 3 words. Yes, my grandma she wasn't nothing but the truth. I land my plane.
Yeah, I definitely could resonate with that. My grandmother, she was full Cherokee with long braided hair. Long black hair with like grays in it, and she used to be very stern,
And
very
where
stern.
you from? Where you from, sis?
Well, I'm from New Jersey. Um,
Where your people from? They from down south though.
yeah, they from South Carolina.
That's where I'm from. We might be related, girl.
Oh
Cause most of the
wow.
Cherokees, Aiken, South Carolina. That's where my people's from.
I found out by my second cousin on my father's side. She got in contact with me because she was trying to find her father, and she told me that she was also in the truth too, but she told me that she prayed for a miracle, and her lawyer had found me on the site, and she was like, "See, I knew that my miracle was with you. I didn't know it was like that was your name, but when she found me, she also found our ancestors, and like I done did my full ancestry, so I come from a lot of different regions in Africa, like Nigeria, Cameroon, um, uh, Burkina Faso, and all different places, and I'm looking at it, and my people came into like the Carolinas and Virginia, and they were living on a plantation in South Carolina, South Carolina, and I was able to get their like how much they were worth, how much like what kind of work they did. Yes, Gullah Geechee. I learned the language that a lot of Gullah Geechee people would speak, like the Tetanese. I learned that language through another sister in the truth, and I'm finding out like there's a lot of people down there that's related to me. But yeah, my people was on a slave plantation in South Carolina. Many failed from there. Wow. That's amazing to have access to that information. But I've always stayed on the East Coast. I've always loved the East Coast. I went down to South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. I love it. but never knew why I loved it so much. You know, just being on the East Coast. So yeah, we could be a family. My father, he grew up in South Carolina, and my mother grew up in New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey. So I have a lot of family up here.
Sis, I'm from
Well, that's what's up.
Charleston.
I'm going to follow you, sis. You know, and you know, just I mean to cut you off. I apologize, sis.
That's okay. That's okay.
Khan, I followed you back.
You know, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm Gullah Geechee. I don't know if you guys can pick up some of the dialect. I'm not sure. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. I can't really control it. But one of the things I love is the fact that we kept our history down here. And that I was grateful enough to teach my children their history about, you know, where our people are from. Now, I am going to be honest with you. I am new to coming to the truth. But we always knew we were considered Hebrews down there. But I did never really looked into how deep and how far back, you know, it went. So one of the things that I was grateful for is when I started coming into the truth, I started realizing who I am. And now it's like, now I got to actually give that information back to my children, because we grew up in Christianity and a lot of things were hidden from us. And that's one thing that pulled me out of the church, was because a lot of things were hidden and they act like they didn't want to discuss certain scriptures or certain books in this Bible. And I started picking up on a lot of things that they were hiding, or they won't discuss it because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And I started picking it up. And that was, I want to say about 5 years ago, I started pulling myself away from the church. So to know that history, because I was like, wait a minute, something don't add up. This stuff is not lining up. And they try to block all the history. They don't want us teaching it in schools no more. They don't want the other kids to feel guilty or feel ashamed of who they are. And so they'll tell us not to teach African American history in school. And then they won't. I mean, if you really look into these elementary schools, they don't teach history no more. The little bit that they do teach is like whitewashed. It's ridiculous. If we don't teach it at home, they won't get it.
That's true, because growing up, I grew up in a all white neighborhood, and my parents they bought all kinds of African American books, movies, just anything that they can get their hands on to teach me, because they knew that they wasn't gonna teach. They taught Martin Luther King Jr. all day, but not when it comes to the more how can I say, not the more exclusive or radical side of it, like Malcolm X and things like that.
No, the genuine history. Let me help you out. The genuine history. Medgar Evers, Marcus Garvey, all of them, the rebellious ones that wasn't going with the flavor of the day, because they knew back then that it was crazy what they were trying to teach us. Those Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Muhammad Ali. They ain't gonna teach you the fact that Muhammad Ali fought against the American government and won. They ain't gonna tell you that. Muhammad Ali fought against the American government and he won. They had to give him back his boxing license, and he was he won the case because of his religion. He wasn't able to go over there to Vietnam, where they were sending most of the leaders that was in the cities. Most of the leaders that was in the cities in America, they were sending them to Vietnam and turning them into drug addicts. Facts. And when they come back, then they call them. They was calling them children killers. I'm telling you what I know. This ain't just. I was there. I was there. I recognize and I remember. I went into the military in '75, right after Vietnam was over with, and it was a time where if I didn't go in there, I wouldn't have made it out of New York. I'm coming out of the South Bronx, so I remember. And can't nobody take away my memory. I remember. And I'm one of the ones, like the brother said, we're the ones that know. And by us knowing, we have to be able to pass that knowledge on to these young brothers. I'm mentoring like about 4 young boys right now. And one he got a case where I'm mentoring him and his mother. He got 3 brothers and a single 3 brothers and a little girl and a single parent. And you know how glad she is that they call me grandpa. They say grandpa done step to the table where I'm actually sharing with them the history of modern day. We ain't even got to go back 200-300 years. We can go modern day where I can tell you, listen, the reason why your father is not with you right now is because he got trapped off and he got caught up in a society that was literally targeting him like they're targeting young black men right today. They're targeting them to unalive them or to put them in the penitentiary. One or two. Give them. Watch this. And once they give you a felony charge, now you can't get your passport. So what happens if you want to get up out of here? You can't get up out of here because now you got a felony. So now they're going to keep you in a system that's going to keep you in slavery. Facts. And a lot of people that don't know, if you don't change your nationality, if you don't get your nationalism straight as far as you being sovereign, that you're in the matrix. If you don't take control over your birth certificate and social security card, you are literally in the matrix. They got you. You're a ward of the state. Whatever state you're living in, that state owns your hind parts. Literally. Not figuratively.
Can't control people that are members, because the blood remembers, our DNA remembers.
Right. Facts.
But they want to keep us so much in silly mode. They're trying to control us. They cannot control us.
And they ain't teaching you how, when you was born, your mother made a contract with the government where they put your birth certificate on the stock exchange.
Right.
That one. That one right there.
Don't teach lies.
Right.
Tell the truth.
Right. So now if you're caught up in a lie, you know, like just like most of the people that when you take control of your status, don't you know you ain't supposed to pay no bills? Don't you know when you sign your name on something that's already paid for? Did you know that? Yeah, that one. They ain't gonna teach you that. They ain't gonna tell you that your signature is worth money. It's called generational wealth. They ain't gonna tell you that you can go to your mother's. If your mother passed away, you can go get your mother's birth certificate and everything that she was worth. Guess what? You're the beneficiary of everything that she was worth. So if she was worth $37 billion in credit, look how much money is sitting in the grave. And by you being ignorant to the fact, you're not being able to retrieve that generational wealth. And it's all about credit. It ain't about money. Money is fictitious. It's all about credit. How's your credit? Do you have a good credit? Do you have a irrevocable trust? Is anybody teaching you about that? You're so busy on the internet arguing about, you know this scripture, you know that scripture. How come you don't know how to be sovereign? If your Lord is sovereign, how come you ain't sovereign? If you're made in his image, how come you're not sovereign? Because you're tied up in the system. You're connected to the matrix. The matrix is the Wizard of Oz, and the political system. I mean, the commercialism is the monopoly game. And when you get the Wizard of Oz in the monopoly game, that's what America is right there. And if you look at all of the pieces that's on all of the pieces that's in the all of the people that's in the Wizard of Oz, all of those pieces is on a monopoly game. Even Toto's little stinking ass. You look on a monopoly game, you see a little dog, you see a slipper, Dorothy's slipper. Even Dorothy's ass is up in there. And you see the Wizard of Oz hat. All of those little pieces come from the Wizard of Oz. And they sitting right around you rolling the dice in. And what's the best places to get on the Monopoly board?
Park Place and Boardwalk.
Boardwalk and Park Place. And then you get the railroads and you get the electric company. You get those places that matter. So when somebody lands on it, what do? You got a chance to tax their ass.
Yep. What's my land on a jailhouse? What's that one?
You should have a get out of free card. You should have a get out of free card. If you don't, you got to pay. I think $200. No, you got to roll. You got to wait till you roll doubles. Yep. And if you don't roll doubles, you stuck in there for another round. So you got to wait until it's your turn to roll again. And every time you roll, if you don't roll a double or you don't have a get out of jail card, you stuck like Chuck. And that's fucked.
And now you behind several rounds while everyone else is going forward.
Facts. And every time somebody go around, they're buying a piece of property and they're putting houses on the property. Once you get a project on the property, oh man, you get a project on Boardwalk or Park Place and you land on that, you bankrupt somebody, you send them out the game. You out the game. Bam. You out. You bankrupt. And that's the same way the government's operating right now. And only those that understand and overstand the system that we're in, is all about contracts and it's all about commerce. It's all about exchange. We're so busy getting high and dancing and partying and all that. When Marvin Gaye was talking about let's get it on. Let's get it on. And we're so busy getting high and dancing. What's it? We're so busy getting high and dancing while they was doing the stockpiling. They were stockpiling. Listen, they were stockpiling. They was getting up their arms and all of that. And they said, if these niggas ever wake up, if they ever wake up and realize what we done did to their forefathers, ain't none of us gonna make it. Ain't none of us gonna make it out of here. Because they're gonna go look like
we waking up now. It's over now. That time is up.
All you got to do is do your history on Nat Turner.
Exactly.
Do your history on Nat Turner. Nat Turner went to watch this. Nat Turner. Hold on, sis. Nat Turner went into a fast, a 30-day fast, and when he came out of his fast, he said, "The Most High said, kill unalive everything white in sight." That boy was rolling up on those. He was rolling up on him. He killing the dog. He was unaliving the dogs and everything. Everything that was up on the camp, he was unaliving them.
He said God chose him.
That's right. He was the chosen. And watch it. When they unalived him, let me give you some history. Let me give you some history. When they unalived him in Southampton County, Virginia, they thought that they was going to do him harm by keeping the tree up that they hung him on. Right? Didn't know they immortalized his hind parts. They even made a road.
They ate him too. Don't forget they ate him.
Yeah, for sure. Like they ate a whole lot of slaves. Listen. When they used to have when they was picking the cotton, they used to have 200 or 300 slaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Old Bessie would come on the slaves. She said, "Hey, Joe, did you see Louise?" "No, I ain't see Louise in a couple of days." Man, they had Louise, they had Jeff, they had Paul, all of them chopped up and in the freezer, and they was greasing on them every night. They was having some good. You thought it was lamb chops? Yeah, it was Joanne chops.
Right. Yeah. And we don't even have to go back in slavery. Look at Henrietta Lacks.
Oh, that one. That
was 1951.
Yes. Hey, we can even go closer. Watch this. We can go to to Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
We go to Malcolm
I
X.
unalived him. I
When
unalived
they
him too.
unalive when they unalived them, they use our own people to do it.
Yeah.
Watch that one. My mentor was Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory, and you can fact check me. Dick Gregory said when Malcolm X invited him to go to the Order Ballroom in New York, Dick Gregory said, "No, brother, they ain't getting 2 for 1." Dick Gregory already knew that he was on the hit list. He already knew it, and he said, "Yo, Malcolm," said, "Today, this day, they're coming to get you." How did he know that? And you can fact check me. You can Google Dick Gregory on Malcolm X's death, on Malcolm X's unalive, and he'll tell you. He said, "Listen, they ain't getting 2 for 1. If Dick Gregory would have been in that Order Ballroom, they would have got 2 for 1. Facts. That's how strong this history is. Yes, sir.
And we too busy paying attention to the entertainment when
That
the real
one.
stuff is happening, behind closed doors.
Let me get a little graphic for you. We too busy bending over and getting our shit pushed in to get that $1 million contract.
Right.
How about that?
Right.
They said it ain't gonna hurt but a few minutes, but shit, I'm gonna have $1 million contract.
That's crazy.
So you don't get your shit pushed in just so that you get $1 million contract. Ain't you a crazy some It is some bitch.
6 million, because that's how crazy we are.
Well, that's how crazy we was. Those that are woke, I ain't admitting to none of that. I ain't with them.
Yeah.
I'm not with them.
We're not with them.
I'm not bearing witness. None of that. In fact, that's the X generation that was prone. It was prophesied that they were going to unalive themselves. Facts. They're going to unalive themselves because when you're ignorant to the fact, what the Most High say? Most people die for the lack of what?
Knowledge.
Perish for the lack of knowledge. So how long we gonna be asleep? How long we gonna keep on disrespecting our women? Men, I be eating the men up on a thing. I be like, yeah, I've been married to my wife 38 years, and I don't mind crying in front of my wife, telling baby, it's just too rough. Oh my God, how am I gonna make it? She said, baby, you gonna be all right. And she comforts me. My wife comforts me. Man, I want to cry right now. My wife comforts me. My wife just turned 60. My wife just turned 60. I'm 68. Get me to be 69. October the 10th. I'll be 69 all the way live.
All praises.
All praise be to the Most High.
Be putting their hands on these young women, and they pray to the Most High. They don't realize that they'll get blocked.
Facts. All curses would be restricted. That's right. You're absolutely correct. The Most High said, honor your wife so that she can respect you. Watch that one. It ain't respect. No, it's not. It's honor, respect. And it's in that mode, it's in that conditioning process right there. If I honor my wife, I'm automatically respecting her. I'm respecting her person. I'm respecting who she is. I'm supplying her on all of her needs, from sexual to even whatever she needs. She come, hey, daddy, and I call her mommy. And that one. And when our kids see us interacting like that, my daughter and my son, they say, my son, he be hating. He be like, Dad, how'd you hook up with moms like that? I said, I prayed on it, nigga. You got to pray on that. You got to have an anointing on your spirit that you know that's yours. And just like that, that's mine right there. And I'm hers. Come in between us, see what happened to your ass. You get squished like a damn fly. I'll squish your ass like a fly. Don't mess with my goddess. Do not mess with her. She graduated from performing arts in New York underneath Debbie Allen. That's right, the Debbie Allen. When they had Fame, I Want to Live Forever. My wife said, listen, I went to the point where I got the dancing degree and all of that, but I couldn't go to that next level because it was so grotesque on what you had to do in order to stay in that dancing thing. My wife said, baby, I'll do the Pilates. Shit, I'll even give you a lap dance every night if you want one, because guess what? It's authorized. It's me, you, and the Most High. I said, baby, you awesome. She said, I know. You got a good catch with this one, baby. And she bragged on herself. She with that. Y'all ever heard that song? I celebrate me. I think that song is so appropriate in this day and time because it's not celebrating you so much. But listen, if he said he resides in the temple, you're supposed to celebrate that temple that he resides in. So if you're keeping it up, and you done been through toil, you've been through storms, you've been through this, that, and the other, you got a strong testimony, it's okay. I believe it's okay to celebrate you done weathered the storm. I do believe it's okay because that praise that you give yourself, you give it right up to the Most High. Through you're giving it up to the Most High. And he know what you're talking about because he took you through that stuff. Remember when he told Job, he said, hey, yo, you ever think about go check out my boy Job? Go tempt him. Go take him through some changes.
Mm-hmm.
Took Job through some changes, boy. And that boy said, listen, his wife said, why don't you just curse God and die? He said, foolish woman, you don't know, before it was me and you, it was me and him. And after it's going to be me and you, it's going to be me and him. Or me and her. Whatever, because we getting off into that thing where, how you know it was a him? Well, him or her. Whatever it is, before it was me and you, it was the creator. One creator and one creation. I'm not going to get caught on the semantics about what his agenda was. He was the creator, or she was the creator. And she created us. He created us. And he commanded us. She commanded us to be creative, not destructive. How about that one? Yeah, wrap your head around that while you trying to be all righteous and all this, that, and that. Listen, what if you did today that was good for somebody else besides yourself while you was going through? What did you do?
Right.
What did you do? How did you do it? Why did you do it? All the 5 W's. What was your motivating factor today when you woke your nasty ass up? Hey, that one. Did you tell anybody you love them today and really mean it? Love, Love, living on virtuous equality. Did you let your wife be her so you can be you, and when you got together you celebrated each other? Did you do that today? Or did you come in talking about how hard the job was, this, that, and well, if you're working somewhere that you don't like working, stop working there.
Right.
Start your own business. Stop moaning and complaining like they did for 40 years in the wilderness. That's all you hear today. It's people moaning and groaning. All they doing is moaning and groaning, sis. Ain't none of them coming to the table like I'm coming. I told him, I said, listen, when you see me, you see the Most High. And that's how I get down.
And
I let his words be my words, his words be my words, and my words I'm not backing. You can show me where I'm error, I'll recant. But if you can't show me an error, my words, you better back up off me while you can. You better back up off me while you can. Don't let me get loose on your ass. I'm 30-degree black, Taekwondo, 8.5 years Special Forces. I know how to do you, and watch this, and don't have to go to jail, son. I tell these young boys, I said, listen, I'm already too close to you as it is, son. And before you can put your hand on that gun, I will knock your little nasty ass out. I'll have you shitting and pissing on yourself. Yo, you ain't got to come here like you. I said, well, you better respect. You better practice that thing called respect, nigga. Let me call you young king instead of nigga, so I can put a handle on it. And I can appreciate your existence, son. And when I say son, it ain't because you're mine, because I see you shining, son. Son. That's a South Bronx thing. Son. Yo, son.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, son. I land my plane. I apologize, yo. I get long-winded when I start talking about the
No,
Father.
you good. You good, because everything you say, I can definitely resonate on that.
Well, I appreciate that, sis. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. It's good. It's good today. What is this? It's good today to be appreciated.
Yes.
That one. The little things in life, man. It's the little things in life that what's it? Boy told me, well, the age ain't nothing but a number. Okay, I said, well, watch this. Let me pull on your eyelash, nigga, for about 5 minutes. and I'll show you how much time matters.
Right.
Time tells a story. It tells a story on what you've been doing since you've been here. Either you're a complete asshole. You got to be 100 years old, but look what are you doing with your life? You're 100 years old, and what have you accomplished? What's your legacy? You got irrevocable trust? Do you even got a trust, nigga? Are you leaving anybody anything? Or you just living for the day and once you're gone, that's it? That is so selfish.
It is.
My God, that is so selfish. And then when you look at some of these old boys, watch this. Boy, they're 40 years old, 50 years old, sagging. I said, man, if you don't pull up your damn, man, you make me want to go to you, man. Because you're teaching these young boys it's okay to practice the ABC dress code.
Mm-hmm.
That one. In the penitentiary, they say that shows that you're available. What? Get out of here. Really? Man, y'all got it twisted, boy. Y'all got this thing. Y'all got this thing called living twisted. And I ain't with none of it. Y'all go ahead on with that. I respectfully disagree. Ain't no way in God's creation. I'm 68 years old. I got a problem with my pants coming past my waist. I really got a problem with that. Come time to get down and fight, you can't even fight because you worry about pulling up your pants.
I remember my parents, how they used to dress. My father used to have a 3-piece suit on, and he went to work, came home, but he wore clothes like back in those days. They actually wore those clothes, and they looked good. And I'm like, wow.
Let me help you. I used to get tailor-made pants. I used to wear Playboy shoes. I used to have a pair of Bally's. Put your Bally's on, boy. Put your Bally's on. And I used to have leather fronts, suede fronts. I used to have matching nylon silk underwear, nylon underwear, matching nylon top and the bottom underwear. And when we go out to play basketball, you take off your shirt or whatever, and you see a little bit of the underwear thing, but it'd be like, it matching set. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be like, yeah, that was one of the things that, and when I wear my cologne, I used to wear oil. I didn't wear the cologne where, as soon as you put it on, a little while that you put it on, it's gone. But the oil will stick with you. The oil will stick with you. You be smelling like brand new money wherever you go. I mean, when I used to go to the club, females used to follow me just to smell me. I was like, yo, what's up with you, girl? You just smell so, oh my God. They used to get they used to get aroused just by me walking past. I'm clean as a motherfucker. And they say, yo, who's Uncle
What's
Dad?
that language, young man? Okay,
I apologize. But that's what it was. I was clean as that one. And man, even to today, I run a mile every day. I do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups. I'm ready to get it every day. That one. I look at some of these young boys, they're 35, 45. I said, man, look at that gut. Oh my God, you make me want to throw up, brother. You look nasty. And you say that the Most High is residing up in there? I can't tell. You say the Most High residing up in there? Nah, you're a liar. You're a liar. Because the Most High, and even some, it done got to the point where it's socially accepted to be fat. Who does that? I mean, it's literally so. And I don't. I apologize if I'm talking. I apologize if I'm talking. Well, I apologize if I'm talking to anybody that may be overweight, because sometimes it ain't really your fault. But then again, it is your fault, because all you got to do is pay attention and understand that. Listen, back your ass up from the table. Why, if you're overweight, why would you go to a buffet? I mean, are you stupid? Food is not your best friend, but you go gobble it down like that's I'm gonna make them pay me to leave. What the hell?
But that's not food that they're eating though.
Right, facts.
Like, that's not even homemade food. I remember when parents used to make homemade food. You used to come home from school and eat full whole meals.
That one right there.
It's just fast food this and fast food that, microwavable this, and then we wonder why we gain the weight.
That
You
one.
know?
And what about this? What about when Grandma made soul food? Remember that movie Soul Food?
Oh yeah, that
When
was the
everybody,
food that unalived her.
right? Everybody would come over to Mom's house for Sunday, and that would be that wouldn't be one Sunday. That would be every Sunday.
Yep.
Every Sunday, people would go home and the family would come together, and family would love it on each other, this, that, and the other. While we was in captivity in the city areas, man, you couldn't tell us that we wasn't rich.
All right.
You couldn't tell us that we didn't have it going on, because listen, when we got around family and everybody joking, everybody dancing, everybody, doing what they're doing, drinking a little bit of this, a little bit of spirits, a little bit of smoking the cigarettes and this, that, and the other, those unfamiliar cigarettes, and doing what they do. But at the time, we was doing it in moderacy. We wasn't overdoing it like we're doing it now. We're doing it like it's a necessity. Got
But there
these
was
young
an
boys doing
elephant
it,
in
and
that. There was an elephant in that movie. Not a lot of people received. The same food that Big Mama was cooking was the same food that unalived her, and they kept the
facts.
tradition. They
But
kept
watch this.
going on with the
But
tradition.
the truth was, watch this. The truth was, we was eating whatever we could eat, sis, because
Yeah.
we was limited. It was limited. When back in the day in the slave, they cook the chitlins. Watch this. Then you got to be a genius, boy, to be able to take the guts from a pig and make it so that it become a delicacy. You go try to buy a plate. You go try to get a plate of chitlins. It's cost you $75. Yes, that one. And that's the guts of the pig.
But the thing is that now we have options. Now we
For sure,
have,
for sure.
you
No,
know what
no
I'm saying?
question.
But
I'm
people
not
still
even going to
choose to
dispute
eat
that.
that way.
Well, because they're conditioned. Once you've been
Right.
conditioned, if you don't detox, if you don't mentally detox, you're going to be conditioned to do yourself harm. Just
That's
like look at
true.
most of the people doing smugs. They're doing smugs because they think they got to go to the hospital. They got to get their cortisone. They got to get this, that, and the other, knowing that the hospital, they don't practice healing. They practice drugs.
Yeah.
They give you a drug. They say, listen, go ahead. They write your prescription, and then you go away and say, okay, come back. You got an appointment next month, same time, same bat channel, same time. So when you come back, they're looking at you like seeing what that drug did to you. They look at they say that nigga still walking. That shit was supposed to kill him, and that nigga still walking. Good
Say
God Almighty.
unalive, Pierre.
Yes, I apologize. I'm TikTok friendly. I apologize. But yeah, they look at this and say, man, that boy's still walking, man. Let's
Yeah.
give him a double dose this time. Let's see what that one does to him. Now when you come in, your ass is limping. They say, yeah, okay, it's taking effect. I
That's how
can't
they
make
that's
this
how they
shit up.
get you. They
I
get you with
cannot make
one
this shit
pill.
up. Yep.
They get you with that one pill, and that's going to
Make you
stabilize.
ill.
But that only conditions the condition. It doesn't cure anything.
Facts.
So now you got to take 2 pills to counteract the first pill you took.
Right.
And then you keep on going until you have a
That's right.
bucket. Like my mother used to have a bucket full of pills. And when I went vegan and started eating right and exercising, she went vegan with me. And all those pills that she used to take started to not work anymore. And she
Watch this.
started
My
losing
sister.
weight. You know, she didn't need
My sister was one that she said, listen, I ain't doing these pills, but I damn sure I'll sell them. Damn right. That one. And it was to the point where we had to do whatever we had to do in order to make it from one point to another. And it's a damn shame that we got to stoop so low that we become, our own adversary's helper.
Yeah.
That one right there. Look, most of the smug dealers in New York, Nicky Barnes and all of them, American Gangster, all of them, they made it to a certain height in their plight of dealing the smugs to the point where then they try to beautify it, or they try to say the good, but they start giving out turkeys.
Right.
Let's see, and what they call you when you was a nerd or something like that? Hey yo, turkey, you all what you eat? You're a turkey. Gobble gobble, turkey. That one right there. And we all, oh, they're giving out turkeys, free turkeys, free turkeys. Beware to give her gifts, motherfucker, because, well, excuse my expression. Beware to give her gifts, because I know I got the goddesses up in here. I talk like that with the brothers. And I shouldn't talk like that with the brothers. Quiet being kept. I humbly apologize. I'm learning, sis. I'm trying to get it together, sis. But you know, you got a long history of being a certain way, and I'm not trying to make no excuse for it because it's wrong. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And I'm learning at the day that, you know, I got to try to stop being wrong and try to be right. Try to stay right. Even if you lose friends and all that, still stay right, nigga. Stay right. And I love y'all. If didn't nobody tell y'all sisters today, I love y'all, and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. I don't care how much you try. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. I honor my sisters to the point where, man, if I can apologize for all the crazy brothers that y'all have encountered, let me do that right now in Yashira Ahmed's name. Listen, I humbly apologize to you sisters. Y'all are awesome. And if didn't nobody tell y'all today, y'all are loved. And you know, I told one sister that sister started crying. She said, brother, I haven't heard that in so long. And it broke her down. She said, I haven't heard somebody genuinely tell me that they love me. And so that I got to see that reaction right there. That right there. Right. That one right there.
Yo, we're gonna sing a song.
That is awesome.
Can we sing this song?
Yes. Sing it.
Dong 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 sound. Ta 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 sound. Din 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 din. Me
Is that real or is that memory?
Somebody let a child up here.
Is that a distraction is that a distraction kicking it up in there? Because sometimes they do that.
Think so.
But anyway, somebody else talk. Don't put it all on me now. Y'all don't do me like that.
I mean, it's kind of hard. I'm waiting. Who's a mod on here?
Where's the brother? The brother don't went to sleep? Oh, that brother got it. We got to get that brother got what do you call it? AWOL? That brother went AWOL. Got to give his ass all 15 soon to get back. Somebody else better talk. I ain't gonna do all talking about myself. Y'all ain't gonna do me like that. Not today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today.
No, but I definitely appreciate, you appreciating sisters. That was nice.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. So,
Don't be lost for words. Say something. Come on now.
I don't have anything to say.
We gotta have something to say, shit. Ask the Father. Reach up to the Father. Talk to the Father in the Spirit. I bet you he'll bust you out your face with something.
No, I don't know. Queen's been quiet. She on mute.
And you know what's crazy?
What's
I
that?
find that when you talk positive, it's like everybody leaves. It's like
Yeah,
they just get up and they're generated on negative conversation. When you got
that's
two
true.
people up here arguing and fussing with each other, pound be full. Everybody be trying to get it in. Crazy,
That is
crazy
kind
work.
of crazy. Like the numbers change when it's positive, the numbers are low.
Mm,
When it's negative,
that one
everybody up in
right
here.
there. Yep.
Yep, I noticed that
Even
too on a lot of people's lives.
the narrator. I mean the host. Where he at?
I think he's on the phone right now.
His wife is gone too.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Hey sis, Adaya, welcome in. We were just talking about health is wealth, and about our people. So it's pretty much everything.
If everybody's gone, I'm gonna get out of here because
Okay,
I don't be talking on no deaf ears.
facts.
Well, I
Oh,
think I said I'm gonna follow you, right?
yeah, I followed you back.
Okay. Hey, Queen, you have a beautiful day.
Yes, Queen, have a beautiful day. You have a beautiful day too, Akpierre.
I'll see you soon.
Alrighty.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day.
Thank you.
Shalom.
Shalom.
What's going on, Pass? Huh?
Give me 1 second, baby. Hold on.
Oh.
I'm finna call you.
Okay.
All right.
Let me hang up.
Yes.
All right.